Oh wait, hold on. It's close. I took a massive shit. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, I took a massive shit. Oi, and it was, well, it was like a shit, you know. There's like nothing special about that, but you know, I had a shit. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hello. Wait. I see two hydration redeems. Hello, Noodle, and hello, Titanium Sword. How are the two of you doing? You know, after yesterday's horrendous Fanta adventure, I decided to upgrade. I now have Romanian Fanta. But it is more like the Romanian Fanta equivalent. It isn't actually like Romanian Fanta. It's Fruity Fresh, which is like their main soda brand. This one is very, very tasty. And other things are certainly going. I hope they're going well, and if they're not going well, my ears are always open. My door is open. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, last stream we finished this section. I remember this. I mean, while I'm here, I might as well go to that one closed-off box, right? But yeah, I hope you guys are doing a-okay. Again, thank you all very much for just dropping by. Dropping by already to me means a lot. And yes, I wonder what game Ivan is going to be going to play on stream today. Yes. Video. Just unremarkable in any way that might not have happened from my perspective. Hey, that's my life in a nutshell. Ha ha!
Challenge for me?
No, I gotcha. Like, those days are just like, yeah, like nothing remarkable happened. Kind of just like, yeah. No, those days I have very often, sadly. But so I more than understand what you mean. Forest of Kitsateme, there is this one thing, there's one door I want to open. Maybe there's some good loot behind it. You know, I've noticed a thing with the Rogue Trader streams. Very rarely does something happen that I feel like I can turn into a short. Because, well, the thing is, like it's mostly serious stuff, and unless something cool happens, like Pujan just fucking everyone over. Yeah, I very rarely feel like I can do like many things, but I mean, do I have to? You know, like, is there a need to edit everything? I mean, if I want the biggest exposure and I want people to find me, I have to make video. That's the thing I heard, right? Now, I'm not in a position to probably be complaining or something, right? But I've seen a few like bigger creators say, oh, you should be streaming, I don't know, like twice or thrice a week. And then you should also edit videos, like when you aren't working, like you're on streaming. And I'm sitting here like, what is there to edit? I mean, maybe some of my talks, maybe. But, I don't know. The Xeno shelter, no. You must clip farm. See, maybe I should, but I come from a generation where, like how would... To me, a video has to be well thought out. Like, there needs to be a story to it, even if it's just a short. It needs to have some sort of story to it. Like, something that the viewer can, like, invest themselves into, right? And you can notice this with most of my shorts. Usually there is some sort of like story I'm trying to tell with it. Now, whether it is a good story or not, that's a different point. But I usually try to, yeah, get some sort of story done. Like my latest short with the Pujan, the floating Pujan. I could have just shown the floating Pujan, but how do I like in my opinion, add like a story to make it a bit funnier. And I just randomly entered. I just randomly entered.
We should deal with this.
Huh? With what? With what? With what? Can I talk with the totem? But yeah, I just entered Polish, like floating Polish. And yeah, I then found like Polish like mag rail technology. So yeah, I thought, how can I upgrade this? Well, most of the joke was already set up because of the Halo thing.
Just as I planned.
And then yeah, I just had to add a tiny bit more. The wearer's weapon has a base rate of fire strikes. Strike count equal to 2 to 4. That parameter is increased by +0. If it's a ranged weapon, its recoil is doubled. While the wearer's weapon has 5 or more base rate of fire count, hit chance of the wearer's burst attack is increased by 9%. If it's a ranged weapon, its recoil is negated. I don't know, everyone here, they like, all of these are like, oh yeah, increased, like, recoil is negated, but I kind of like that the recoil is high, because that means there's more things to hit. To the Von Valencia shuttle, yeah, let's just get out of here, that's all I wanted. Ah. This is some good drink. What is the most popular soda in Finland, Titanium Sword? Like what, I mean, besides Coca-Cola and all that, like what is the most popular? I'm kind of curious. Ah, yeah, rate of fire is on both of these. Arch Militant's Cape. Nah. Where was this one? Was it this one? Bag of stimulants? No, here. Tempestus Carpus Elite Backpack. 5 or more rate of fire. Yeah, so it would only help the bolter, and it would be 27% hit chance on the bursts. I mean, do I need this bleeding? I feel like I don't really need this bleeding anymore. Recoil is negated. Let's give that a shot. Let's give that a shot. I want to see how good or bad it is when... yeah, I want to see that. Oh. Tasty. Hart Valjaffa is truly pretty good. Hart Valjaffa. Okay, let me look that up. Hart Valjaffa. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Hart Valjaffa. Perkele, yeah. Now, if I ever go to Finland or get a chance to try this, I will definitely give it a shot. Okay, Ghost Helm. Willpower for dodge test instead of agility. Whenever the wearer dodges an enemy attack, they get 1 psi rating. Yeah. I mean, I have a few helmets for him, actually. Annihilating Astartes, but... Nah, the Pyre. You get the Pire. Bapira. Two-handed. Oh, all of these are two-handed. They have Might of Fenris armor. Here you go, Fenris. Whenever the wearer performs a melee area attack, the base damage is increased by 2 for each target affected by it. The Space Marine's recoil is decreased by 18. The Space Marine melee attack will apply staggered. Okay, the Space Marine recoil is reduced to 0. Target Space Marine's melee attacks suffer staggered. Suffer staggered. Oh wait, this is just a straight upgrade. Shroud of Dauntlessness. Grant 10% armor. He only has 105% armor. Yeah, well. was something else. Yeah, any drinks are finished because of maybe alcoholic beverages, so I don't know much about them because I don't drink alcohol, consequently don't care. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. No worries, no worries. Don't you worry. Brr, 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 brr. Drukari helmet. Momentum for the reserve, yes, no, not interested. Ghost helm, yeah. Willpower for dodge instead of agility. I mean, it would be massive on Lysandra. Like, this is perfect for her. She would dodge almost everything. But I lose 10 willpower and 15% damage to Psychic Navigator powers. Speaking of drinks, I'm drinking. Ten willpower. I mean, I don't really use her for the damage, but the 10 willpower is huge. What helmet does Cassia have right now? Oh yeah, the Commissar cap. Or do I give her a gas mask? Oh. The Hooligan's word plus snip bonus to willpower. I mean, the 10 willpower, yeah. What does willpower do again? High willpower allows characters to exert control of a crowd and interrogate a heretic. Also increases the chance of negative mental effects and psychic powers. Nah, I'm good. I will give her this helmet. Those eyes scream help. Yeah, you're tanky as shit. Wish I had a one-handed flamer for you. Well, you have the Pire. I mean, I could also give him a bolter. But why should I? This is cooler. A goddamn flamer. A gosh darn flamer. Yeah, and the rest here is for the Casbalica mission. 5 willpower each time they choose an ally and themselves as a target of an ability. Wait, this is huge. Each time they choose an ally and themselves a target of an ability. Stormbolter, yeah, not that much. 12 Coercion, Cursebringer. Yeah, no, just that Vortex Pendant is interesting. The Vortex Pendant. There's Lady Cassia. Yeah, add to cargo. Breaker, Bone Breaker Maul. Already have this one. I don't need it. Cargo, 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 cargo. 50% off the willpower is more than 70. E. Where was it? Yeah, here. I mean, she gains more willpower. But is it just allies? An ally or themselves? Immune to the slowed effect until the end of the round. But she does target allies very often, so it would actually give her a fuck ton of bonuses. Features. What things does she have that scale with? This is with fellowship. Okay, willpower. So this here, and then also giving more willpower. The damage part, and this here requires fellowship. Okay. Yeah, I mainly use these and not these as much, waking. But more of this would also be huge. I even looking for? What was I looking for? Where's melter weapons? Yeah, not really. Do I have something for Ulfar? Yeah, I have some boots. Some upgraded boots. I've legitimately forgotten what I was thinking about. Like it was something for Cassia, that much I remember. Yeah, this one. I mean, she would get turbo boosted for willpower. I would rather want fellowship, actually. Add on the effect of bring it down so it hits an enemy with an attack or targets with an ability. Work against fellowship and willpower until the end of combat for each different enemy hit or targeted. But move is also massive, because then I can just move them like wherever I want. And it's an additional ability targeting someone. Nah, I'd rather want move. I feel that's a bit better than just raw stats. Need to refill my drink. I spill my drink. I spill my drink. Okay, there's nothing else to be done here, I think. Yeah, nothing here to do here. There was the ancient bunker. Yep, we're done here. Cave Johnson here. We're out. Anything on my planet? Gracious priests, yeah. Missionaries. Crucible. After millennia of lying under the monastery, Saint Cognatius' titanic machine will soon be launched. It will take resources to awaken the relic, but soon bring glory to Von Valencia. Holy man. Yeah, sure. Holy man. Holy man. Yeah, Ioannis. Was I done on Ioannis? Yeah, I was done on Ioannis. Gonus. Okay, why did I get stuff? Whatever. Revo 6. Oh, cool. Grenades. Okay, what else do I have to do? The Vox Masters report on Albany large asteroid says small in Sotos' tomb. Where is Sotos' tomb? Is anything up here? Nah. There's Plasteel over there. Could use that soon, actually. From Valencia's palace, I have to go there because of Lordman. Sotos' tomb. Oh, down here. Just have a direct path over there, just because I can. Lord Captain, we found the trail of the elusive Contempt. The ship was sighted in Latonian's Passage. If we go after the pirates right now, we can catch them before those arrogant scoundrels slip away again. Latotian's Passage. Okay, and where is that? Where is that? Latotian's Passage. Latotian's Passage. Where the fuck is that? The Totien's Passage, okay. Sure, let's just... I mean, we have all of this. I don't need to worry. Aye, fucker. You told me last time. Hey, you fucking pirates, eh? Aye. A pirate flotilla has gathered in a system with an especially prosperous extractium. The Ogre crew reports that all of the void ships share the signatures with the elusive Contempt. You hear a familiar cheerful voice from the Vox. Shelby, the proto-speculator, sighs theatrically. You're hot on his heels, coming between him and his fortune. The cargo ships are just about to take off from the bountiful planet, but the rogue trader himself wishes to rudely interrupt their plans. But that's quite alright. Shelby sounds thrilled by the sudden competition. The elusive Contempt's captain is ready to wait for the next opportunity, and for now he'll leave you in the good company of his friends. You see the pirate flagship beginning to maneuver and to escape into the warp. Don't let the instant pirates escape. Fire a broadside of the elusive Contempt. Starboard batteries light up, firing a salvo. The missiles reach their target. Despite the direct hit, the elusive Contempt manages to slip away once more. They won't recover from the damage anytime soon. Boo! Boo! Why are you running away? Boo! Boo! You're boring. Boo! Fight me, local man. Fight me, local man, bro. Oh, it's more of these weak guys. Oh.
The time has come.
Oh, wowie. I wonder what they are going to do. Wowie. I need to move a tiny bit more to the front.
Salvo.
Oh, that doesn't reach. Do I send torpedoes? Nah.
Let them taste our
Boom,
fury.
boom, 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 boom.
Macro cannon, falling.
They're not gonna be. They won't need to be scared of internal fires now. That's for sure.
Onward.
Can I shoot them? Steady hand activation. Oh, nice. Maximum overdrive. Not if I go into maximum overdrive.
Volley.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah, I deployed these a bit too early. Oi, if Hardpath posts a link. Oi. You know what? I'm not even going to look at anything. I'm just gonna let it play in the background.
Explain what you're doing on my property.
I knew this was coming. Hello, Hardpath. I knew this was what? I knew this was the dick. Fucking asshole. I fell right into that. Or would you rather say I came right into that? Glad to see you're making good use of the new emote. Oi. Suck some dick. Suction! Why does it sound like a metal detector? Baby. Oh, goddamn gotchi. Mm. Ah. Fucking gotchi. Only Stone. Oh, you're gonna have to read again. Hold on, 1 second. Lord Captain, the Crucible's great sculpting is underway. Falstone is being transformed right before our eyes into a fertile world with flesh grows in clean water. However, there is evidence that the Crucible has also created humans. From the mouth of the relic came several thousand people who, speaking an archaic form of Low Gothic, demanded to be given orders. They cultivate land, build houses and production facilities with obedience and, in general, have a remarkable range of skills and knowledge. However, it seems that these people completely lack their own free will, and for this, the monks have named them Touched. Free will? The tech priest who served the Crucible came upon birthing vats built into the relic. The machine is constantly growing new touched within them. There is a split among the faithful, though many call it a miracle sent by the Holy Emperor himself, and want to quickly put the touch to work. A part of the population is frightened by these soulless creatures born from the ancient machine. Now play this, after this dialogue thing here. The demand that the planet's learned men have intervened in the great sculpting and find a way to stop the production of the touch. How dangerous are they? They do not appear to pose a threat. The autopsy of several specimens has shown that they are physiologically identical to ordinary humans. No traces of corruption or xeno influence were found either. However, their obedience is a double-edged sword. They obey any orders without knowing or caring who gives them, and thus nothing prevents a cunning intruder from bending them to their will, creating an army of obedient slaves or spies at their disposal. By the way, officers, and I mean, I'm pretty much against this, but they were begotten by the relic of Saint Cognatius, which means their existence pleases the Emperor. You people must be reminded that it is so. Arrange a public ceremony of tonsure to initiate the touch into the Order of the Hammer, and service dedicated to reading parables about the acts of Saint Cognatius and his followers.
Why don't you make the first move and assemble a mighty force on these touched ones? If they're so obedient and diligent, then they will make fine troops. Assign a loyal commander to each squad and keep an eye on them, and these strange people will turn from a threat into defenders of the Imperium.
Lack of will, registering a high probability of manufacturing failure within the Crucible's sacred processes. It is recommended to dispose of the finished batch of units and halt production of new ones. The algorithm of the Great Sculpting requires further examination. Or the public tonsure. Icons of the Touched. Enemy critical hit chance of warp damage against the faction reduced by 30%. I shall listen to Ulfar's advice. Brigades of the Touch should be formed to serve on other planets. Long-range doors over 26 damage per shot. No. Pronounce the touch for property of the hammer. Let them continue to serve the faithful. Pascal, you have apparition to study Crucible's algorithm. Dispose of them. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't trust this, especially since it was like they listen to anyone. So I've actually let Pascal do the thing. The knowledge will be extracted by any means necessary. The Touch did not try to defend themselves or to resist in any way. They accepted death in much the same way they lived life, quietly and obediently. The unrest among the citizens has simmered down, and the great sculpting continues as before, but the development of fertile lands is noticeably slowed without the Touched. The Tech Priest's investigation covered a number of defects in the operation of birthing vats within the Crucible. It was these defects that caused such strange obedience within the Touched. The proposition of making improvements to a sacred relic filled the Tech Priest with the most profound dread, and thus Falstaff was left without its taciturn workers. However, the priceless knowledge extracted by the servants of the Omnissiah was a great reward in and of itself. Okay. So, what is this? Damn, you tricked me! Damn, you tricked me! You tricked me into a free hour of caca! Well, I will happily oblige. Missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain. Some people will call my name. Imperial Void Ship. I don't have anything right now. Damn, Farfav, how dare you trick me, SMH. I lured you in with Gotchi. I thought it was gonna be more Gotchi. And deployed the real guns. Damn it! Damn it! I got scammed for 10,000 of my points. Damn, all the channel points. Damn it. The gigantic asteroid's surface is densely sown with craters and pits leading into deep caves. Augurs indicate that the asteroid consists of layers characterized by strange heterogeneity. Heterogeneity? Hold on. What does that mean? The quality is still consisting of diverse, dissimilar, highly varied parts and amateur individuals. I didn't think of anything else with heterogeneity. No, I didn't think... No. I read heterogeneity and thought it's like that, the natural, like naturally being straight. But that's heterosexual, the genity. Strange heterogeneity. Is that what some people call me? Strange hetero. There is a high probability of finding valuable hetero. We come to this team to learn more. Well, now I know. Heterogeneity means it's like a very varied with like minerals or whatever. Of diverse, dissimilar, highly varied parts, yes. So university's heterogeneous. Yes. My streams certainly aren't. My streams are, well, I would argue they're, like, given with the gotcha, they're very much not heterogenic, but hey, what do I know? There's a high probability of finding valuable resources inside the stone. It can be extracted by sending an exploration team deep into the tangled tunnels. Lord Captain says the potential waters not worth the team slaving his lord with it. Nah, let's go in there. With the help of a massive dildo, the exploration team penetrates into the... So first it's heterogenic, then we use a massive drill, and then we penetrate the cavernous depths. Fart bath! You can't make this shit The squad reports that their auspexes have detected meager resources of a substance used in the synthesis of plasteel and the rock. Their excavation will take time and significant efforts. Well, we shouldn't let up on that opportunity. Colony reward. Oh, it's a colony. Exploration team friend. The equipment struggles with the unexpected hardness. I'm cold. This is the Gotchi rock to me. Like this is the Gotchi planet. I'm like 3 years old. But after 3 watches, the squad managed to set up enough mobile extractums to gather the coveted material. The noise and vibrations caused by the instruments have disturbed strange currents inside the asteroid. A transparent, vicious substance reached out from the porous walls of the cavern, slowly filling the caves. The squad's auspex has raised the alarm. A prolonged stay in these tunnels will undoubtedly result in a toxic liquid destroying the gear and equipment. Despite this, the explorers suggest blocking the livelier streams in order to leave them with enough time to fill several canisters with the strange substance. This is Later, the Magi alchemists will no doubt be able to synthesize many useful chemicals from it. There's no need for hasty exposure so to get as much material as possible. Yeah. Or good chemicals. Long hours are spent carefully preparing for the collection of the material and mapping of the caves in this part of the asteroid. Carefully observing the flows of strange liquid, the squad succeeds in gathering several canisters of the substance. So you could say they're collecting them in canisters, and another word for a canister is a jar. While some soldiers return to carry the prize back to the surface, the rest continue moving toward the asteroid's heart. The explorers eventually reach the dry, surprisingly large caverns. A minute of respite is interrupted by a terrifying scream. The squad is under attack. The tunnel's arches collapse, turning into nightmarish monsters resembling both worms and spiders. The beasts rush forward, yearning to tear apart the intruders who disturb their rest.
Engage the monsters.
The gigantic horrors attack relentlessly, their powerful mandibles turning soldiers' body into a bloody paste, but nothing can withstand the purifying light of flamers. Intrigued by the encounter with new xenoforms, the explorers notice that their tough carapaces conceal meat, both extraordinarily nutritious and surprisingly tasty. Without a doubt, future hunts for these creatures could feed a significant number of people. The endless caverns eventually lead the explorers to the very center of the asteroid, where they are met with a yawning cavity of unimaginable size. The giant rock turns out to be housing the curved, shapeless buildings of an unknown xeno race, fragile, built as if out of sand. An intriguing find awaits the squad in a long-dead city. Uncountable quantities of ugly totems made from crystal phlogiston are built into the walls of the most twisted buildings. All a collection of the Xenos totems. Phlogiston is too valuable. Phlogiston obtained by Xenos was destroyed along the city. I will gain one phlogiston. I don't really need it. Nah, we don't need it. Burn it all. Under the squad's withering fire, the sandy buildings quickly fall apart one after another. Soon the cavity inside the asteroid is filled with dusty fog. In only a few hours, the unknown Xenos race's entire city crumbles to dust. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. Yeah. I feel like this was a metaphor for cum. Lost Captain, the Astropathic Choir have received word about a pirate fleet that is preparing to attack one of our richest extractiums. I believe it's the thugs from the elusive Contempt. Their next target is one of the planets in the silence of Mer Sigrit. Mer Sigrit. And where is Mer Sigrit? Where is Mer Sigrit? Where is Mer Sigrit? Mer Sigrit. Mer Sigrit. Granak Empress Pond Frozen Palace. Epsilon, Trinitos, Omicron, Cradle, Avorus. It is Silence of Mer Sigrit. This one? Instant travel.
Mercegrit. 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 Hey! Don't touch my shit! Hold on, I need a quick save. Don't touch my shit!
The elusive contemptuous captain contacts you. You can hear notes of disdain and mockery in his voice. Playtime is over, and he's sure he's going to come out on top. After Rogue Trader's death, the Valence's protector will become his playground, where he'll claim plenty of booty before someone tears the history. The bridge officers report the elusive contempt is preparing for battle. It's time for the elusive contempt to pay for its insolence.
To battle!
Ay, 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 ay. We're penetrating
Let
the
us purge your
asteroid.
enemies, Rogue Trader.
Oh, here it is, the elusive contempt. Deep breaths. Yeah, deep breaths. Hey. Claymore class Corvette. Ow. It almost dealt damage. Oi. Okay, that's my right shield gone. Oi. Oh, it has a massive ram there. Oi. 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 Oh, good thing it didn't decide to ram me. Bro, let me also do something. Christ's sake. Bro! Bro, let me also do something. Okay, so... I feel like on one hand I definitely need to... I mean, first off, like, do this. Okay, very good. Warp drive damage and internal fires, okay. I want you to look elsewhere. Very good.
Let the void.
Okay, I definitely need to take care of the ads. The ads are what I feel are going to be the end of me. Yeah, the elusive contempt shields are extremely strong.
Leave their whole brood across the stars.
Oh, okay, my RAF starfighters can take care of that. Move a bit more forward.
Fire at will.
Okay, that guy is essentially done, but... yeah, but I need to take care of it. Okay, that's that.
The time has come.
Come.
Salvo.
I reload macro cannons.
Macro cannon, volley.
Ooh, it has really strong shields. I actually kind of want to get away from here. This is the warp channeler. Yeah, I would love to just gain a bit of distance. And restart the shields and... Okay, and these guys should be able to very easily take care of this Corvette. Okay, now I just want these guys to come a bit closer. Wow, the elusive contempt. Oh, that's a strong ship. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, as long as they're wasting their resources on the starfighters. But this guy is not much of an issue. This thing, though, is. Ay, ay, ay. Ow. Why? I mean, I think I have an ability that repairs parts of my ship. You can't really go far. The furry interceptors. Can I hit anything from here? Not really, no. I could do this again. Okay, good, it destroyed it. I need the extra range. Ah.
Leave the hull strewn across the stars.
Okay, that's that weakened. Yeah, that the last lance is not so good. Is there anything I would want anyone here to use? Not really, then just boarding party across the stars. Whee! Maybe I should have used the boarding party on these guys. The interior of the ship is on fire.
Torpedoes are...
Yeah, and I can't hit. Yeah, I can't hit it. Shield on the right, because my front is already fairly well armored. I think I'm just gonna take care of these Fury Interceptors. I would love to attack these, but wasn't in range. Now these guys, though, they are in range. It doesn't really do all that much, but the shield is weaker. Shouldn't be able to get in range. Oh. Okay, it seems they absolutely could get in range. Did it just restore its shield? Oy, oy, oy. Oy, 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 oy. Oh, good thing I reinforced my right side. Ah, it restored its shields. It restored its shields as well. Okay, now I see what it did. Yeah, more of these Fury Interceptors. Ow! Oh, fuck off. Stop all.
Let them taste our fury.
Fire right now.
Why did it just say 3 to 5 damage? Why can't I use this? Cannot be used again this turn. The most damaged sector of the flagship. Oh, the... Okay, I want you to not move all that far again. Yeah, okay. I mean, I could do this. In that case, first this way so I can destroy this thing. Okay, it didn't kill it, but it should do just enough.
Fire the last batteries.
Do not hesitate. Show
Almost
no mercy.
destroyed. Maybe this will be enough to destroy. Ow!
Damn it.
Actually, maybe I should have done this first. Like, what if its weak spot is... Okay, it was on the other side. Okay, I can live with that, actually. Cannot be used during the end
All
phase.
hands, prepare for acceleration.
But I can. What are you on about?
Leave their hulls strewn across the stars. Onward.
Make every shot
Wait, is this explosion going to kill me?
to ashes.
I probably should have thought of that first before I just go in there. Okay. Well, there's only 2 of them now. Oh. Okay, yeah, we won this. This was finally like a bit like. Where are you going? Return to flagship. There is no flagship to return to.
Another victory of 2
Yeah.
great dynasties, Lord Captain.
End of the elusive legend. Okay, what do we have here? Just a lot of loot. Oh, that was it. Just loot. No more, no less. Just some loot. Okay, thanks. Showing illusions to the masses. Nah, we don't do that. In the Arctime, number of individuals at the expense of become known as honored saints. There is an opportunity to lure one such figure to Falstone, kill him in secret. His remains will become a valuable relic. No. The monastery damaged by the crucible will be rebuilt. While the cathedral is being erected from the ruins, the noble monks will scour the archives for any evidence of familiar connection between St. Cognatius and the von Valencius dynasty. Arbiter Solomon veers his armor. Sacred Combat. The holy remains of the monastery, which was damaged by the launch of the crucible, will be transferred to Falstone's moon. Equipped with drives, the weaponized moon will leave orbit and set on a crusade as a temple comet. Okay. Reliquary. The monastery, having been damaged by the launch of the crucible, will be transferred aboard the von Valencius flagship as a great reliquary and shelter for the Order of the Hammer. Piety's charge. All collisions caused by the Thunder Hammer's damage. Hammer's pushing deal 300% more damage. Yeah. All non-Zedal allies gain 5 alter characteristics and skills. Do the Sacred Comet. That looks cool. Okay, and I assume now if I go back there... A little under the rep. Yes, I did. The doggy camera has decided to be constantly refreshing. Little doggies. Oh, they're so cute. Lord Captain, the situation on Falstall requires your attention. One of the servants tasked with the Crucible's maintenance has declared publicly that he has been liberated of all worldly concerns, for he is none other than the reincarnation of Saint Cognatius. There are some extremely questionable reports claiming that he has performed miracles. Supported by a congregation garnered by preaching, he has asked for your lordship's permission to depart from Falstall with the Crucible in tow, so that he may continue St. Cognatius' work and use the relic to transform worlds, once true to the faith of the Imperium, into lush, splendorous gardens. It goes without saying that such a generous gift to the coroner's expense could bring great renown to your lordship, but at a heavy cost. Falstone would turn back into a wasteland, and you would lose the prestige that comes with having charge with such a valuable relic. What do we know about the so-called St. Cognatius reincarnate? Tibor Haik, a technomat from Footfall. He now prefers to be called Brother Purevoice, an unremarkable commoner with no family, gaunt, unkempt, covered in scabs from working the crucible. He became obsessed with it from the day it was discovered. He never left his maintenance post, never rested, barely ever slept, fasting and living off stimulants and condensate from the relic's cooling circuit. Then he started having revelations, eventually saw the truth. Or he went completely insane. The sermons are directed at commoners, appealing to them for humility and mercy. He often speaks about his former life as a saint, and many of these tales match known legends about Saint Cognatius. No anarchical pronunciations or radical deviations from the creed have been found in his words. Yet, I wish to hear the words of my advisors. I have had ample experience with saintly saviors like him in the past. Whatever great cause they proclaim as their mission, they genuinely naively believe that people really do need them. If we round up orphans and lepers who would trip over themselves to beg or proffer for salvation, he will soon forget all about the crucible and his holy mission. I know a few guilds of professional beggars who would be delighted to offer the service to... What the fuck? Guild of professional beggars?
False prophets in the streets are a common occurrence. Their sermons breed turmoil, riots, and acts of disobedience. The Inquisition recommends that such unstable agents be isolated and quietly removed.
The arch enemies' lies take on many guises, but the Emperor's miracles are 100-fold stronger. On more than a few occasions, he has bestowed epiphanies upon the faithful, even those of the humblest origin. I myself bear the name of a poor orphan who was granted miraculous powers by his grace. So, give me time, and I will find you the most loyal agents to escort Brother Purevoice on his travels. They will keep him safe if he is pure, or punish him should they sense deceit in his words. But I have a feeling that his rebirth is a true wonder. The Undying One does not release the souls that have come to him. This man is either lying or misguided. An experienced spinner will help him see the truth, or repent the deception. I like that Argenta is like, oh yeah, I also was one of them, and now see what I did. Yeah, you killed Theodora von Valencius. And makes have your agents take care of this troublemaker. Whenever the wearer suffers an attack from a demon or warp damage, they inflict burning to all adjacent enemies. All burning effects inflicted by the wearer deal double damage if their demons or psychos. I entrust the prophets to take care of the Bloodspawn web. Shadow of the Undying One. Please execute his dangerous agitator publicly. What the fuck? No. Make him undergo the trial of purity. Let him die trying to prove his holiness. At least he can stop troubling people. See to it that a delegation of doleful wretches keeps our Saint Cognatius distracted. Consecrated weapons. All void ship weapons except torpedoes deal 10% more damage. He must be inducted into the Order of the Hammer forcibly if necessary. Agenda provide the same with an escort that will accompany him in the Crucible on his mission. A profit factor, Emperor's Will. I already have the one. The rocks hit against plus 15 to all their skills. Ugh. I lose 2 efficiency though. I mean, it's just a guy who suddenly feels like he has had revelations. Henrik's have your agents rid us of this troublemaker. Fuck it. What's the worst that could happen? I'll get to it immediately. I will choose the best people for this task, the most devoted. Having loaded the crucible into the requisition void ship, the pure-voiced prophet gathered up his flock and set out for distant worlds to spread his word. The spiritual authority of the Order of the Hammer suffered as a result, and the loss of the crucible sowed substantial unrest among the populace. Before departing, the preacher expressed his appreciation by sending the Lord Captain a gift, a relic that, according to his own claims, once belonged to his previous incarnation. The stone gods, like Vasista Argenta, vigilantly provide protection for the prophet, ensuring that his thoughts remain pure. Lol. We never played Peltas Moon Kaka. Peltamoon. 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 Yeah, Kaka is brilliant. And the funny thing about Kaka is that Kaka is just Toby Fox. Like, it's just him going, Nyon. 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 Purification by death. May take the shit. I mean, if this means they are they don't have to do this, yeah, okay. Nyon. You know what I should commission? Vivian and Kaka. Like Kaka just, you know, just... Oh yeah, I have to go back to Footfall at one point, yeah. Just Vivian and Kaka, just both, just, you know. Reach the system ending, Melina's is condemned. What is the condemned mission? Condemned. Oh yeah, that's a Solomorn mission, to get Solomorn back. No, even Kaka wants him back. Soon, Kaka, soon. Okay, but how do I get over there? Ah. Okay. Gutra Falls' Calamity. Garter Belt's Calamity.
Look, Captain, we have arrived at Voting 4 system. Our translation from the warp was a little rough. I let loss of about 500 souls in the middle on service deck, and God probably knows how many wounded. But it's only half of it. The brain boxes on the augers are sending me reports that aren't doing my mood any favours. Real space here has got more holes than I'll save, and all of our senses are playing up. It's got to be sorcery, Lord Captain. If I was YOLO Cap, I'd do what I came here for, to do right sharpish and clear out while we still can. I've seen the likes of this before in the same region. Maybe a sorcerer will be able to explain it better, but that's what I know. Shit like this never ends well.
Shit like this never ends well. Even Kaka is like... The surface of the star shimmers with a myriad of hues. The dance of colors fascinates any who dare glance at it. The playful colored patterns appear on the vessel's augers in a wide variety of spectra, from infrared to ultraviolet. Every voidsman knows that such emissions are dangerous to organic matter, and it must however ask the crew to resist the desire to admire the star. Not everyone manages to follow this advice. Some crew members suffer from nausea and headaches. Order the shutters to be closed. Wait, no. We look at it again. I won't look at it again. Hey, I could use some extractums again. Purification by death. Yay. I get all these grenades that I don't use. Leave the view. The admiration melees reflect the Navy navigator spreads to the rest of the compartment containing her chambers. Even without looking at the star, Cassia is subject to its corrupting influence. This blinds and exhausts her inner sight. Aww. Aww, poor Cassia. What do I need 59 Promethium for? Are those Necron ships? Okay, I have a feeling these are Necron ships. They don't look very normal. Oh, they're Chaos ships. Who knows? Ugh. You know what I haven't had in a while? Mug root beer. I sadly can't really get it here, but I love mug root beer. I remember when I came back from Arkansas, I bought myself a mug root beer at the airport, and yeah, the Drukhari. Oh, they're just Drukhari? Boo. Oi, they disabled almost everything. Jesus. Mug! Is one of the good ones. Yeah, I love mug root beer. Maybe root beer for a float. What's a float? Float? What did I say like this? A float? Oh, crikey, mate. Oi. I also had one in New York. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, I also had one in New York, which was, I think, Dr. Brown's or something. I don't remember specifically what it was called. Root beer flow, root beer and ice cream. Oh, I never heard of that before. That sounds very tasty. The issue is here we don't really have a lot of root beer available because it's not really a European thing. Or if we do, it's like usually imported from the US or something. I know it's very good. I love mug. Ah, I can't do that anymore.
Lead them.
Okay, I'm gonna send one of these this way.
Engage the engines.
Alright,
Salvo.
fuck you! And I'll turn.
Where we tread the
Easy.
unfaithful foe.
Easy fucking peasy. I'll restore shield. But yeah, I've never had a mug beer float. Didn't even know. I mean, I think I heard of it once, but yeah, I've never had it. But I have to try that. I love my mug. You know what I also haven't had for years, and is again, I only got this when I came back from Arkansas. Mellow Yellow. Coca-Cola's is Mountain Dew. That's a thing I haven't had in years, and I love Mellow Yellow. I still prefer 7-Up. What's it called? I still very much prefer, yes, the thing. Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew! I'm gonna have myself a Mountain Dew!
Macro cannon. Open fire.
Fucking Mellow Yellow. You don't sound very happy about that. I had it in Disney World when I was there the first time, and the second time. I like Mellow Yellow. And when I came from Arkansas, the smallest bottle I could find was oh, they both blew up nice. The smallest bottle I could find was, I think, like a 2-liter one. And what I did is, I had all my clothes. I had my suitcase, bottom with clothes, put the Mellow Yellow bottle in it because I wanted to bring some back for my parents, and cover it with all the clothes I've had and pray it survives the transit. It did survive it, thankfully, but, you know... Steady hand 2, and take it all. Take it, boy! Take it all! Ah, I don't have enough for another prow upgrade. There are lots of good drinks that you guys have in the US we don't have over here. What do I need Heinrichs for? Oh yeah, I need Heinrichs for this. Yeah, I suppose. I suppose I don't need a Psyker. Well, Heinrichs. I don't like Heinrichs. Heinrichs is a bitch. Heinrichs is a bitch. Heinrichs can suck a cock. Can you use melter weapons at least? Can you use melter weapons? You can. Good. Oh wait, yeah, no, oh yeah, yeah. I need my sword. I need my cool sword. I need my cool sword because I'm Heinrich. Heinrich von Kayik. Yeah. I'm so cool. I'm Heinrich von Kayik. Yeah. Or maybe I should give him some proper armor. Oh, he can't wear any proper armor that I have. Can he only wear light armor? Wait, no, he can use medium armor. This is Eldari, this is Drukari. This is heavy armor. This gives him 10 strength. What else do I have? Recoil, nah. Heavy weapon, nah. It doesn't have a familiar. The plus 10 bonus critical hit chance. This bonus doubles if the wearer is not moved during the turn. Nah. Plus 25 Medicaid. I don't know. Sure, keep the 10 strength, actually. 5 agility. Yeah, sure. Get some agility and, I don't know, grenades here. Take this. I don't like Heinrichs very much. It's not that I hate him, I just don't like him. Against the plus 15 bonus to fellowship. No, kills an enemy with an area attack. Nah, 5 fellowship in a 2-star radius. Rest of as a troll, my possible allies immediately attacked any nearest enemy. Emergency injector, deals damage with an attack opportunity. Nah, ranged attack. Nah. Carnival of Misery. Range attack inflict 5 levels of bleeding. Nah. Because critical damage with a ranged weapon. Yeah, critical hits with a ranged weapon, but it doesn't really happen. Nah, okay. Upgrade. I don't fucking know. Toughest steel, yep. Psyker Majoris. For an Inquisitor, you know fairly little about the Imperium. Psyker Terminus. Weapon skill, yes. No heresy. Makes sense that he would actually. No heresy. Shield of the Emperor. This self attack is an external allies affected by Word of the Emperor. Increase their deflection by 3 and armor by 12%. Enfeeble. On the end of combat, all targets within the area suffer 626 penalties, strength, and agility. Bestow 20 more wounds at the target. This ability brings targets a full wound. Is also removed. You know what? Enfeeble. Yeah. Feeble. Enfeeble. Wait, why do I put more into Lore Xenos? It's minus 120. Yeah, carouse. Flesh wound, invincibility, martyrdom, single shots, peak condition. Yeah, sure, gain more strength, psycho extremis. Weapon skill, yes, stronger together. All allies excluding Xenos gain 5 characteristics, yeah, sure. Purge Soul deals direct damage. This damage is increased 50% against Xenos, 100% against Chaos Worshippers, or Dracarian, 150%. Nah, Shield of the Emperor. What else do I give you? Weapon skill, yeah, Blade of the Light. Psychic. When it Psychic is a damaging Psychic power, nah. Psychic has a 25%, nah. Use damaging Psychic power, nah. Nah. Psychic power each turn, increase veil degradation by 2, nah. But all the Psychics attacks getting attacking Psychic power now poison enemies. Yeah, sure, yeah. In the first round of every combat, a Psychic powers in the bioman system because 1 less action point. Nah. When a Psychic is healed or hits any ally, the character being healed is full wound. Nah. Corpus conversion. When an enemy adjacent to an ally dies, that ally gains a stacking Corpus conversion effect. The Psychic's next Psychic power against a target only a time. Yeah. Every time Psychic deals damage, yeah, it says whenever he deals damage. Well, let's do that. Demolition, sure. I really don't care about him. I really don't care about, like, I really don't care about him. I really don't care. Revenge, whenever loses wounds, relentless. Puncture, nah. Pinpoint accuracy, out of my way. Plus 5 to characteristics. Deadeye shot, nah. Single shots, nah. Malign influence. Suffer 10 direct damage, maybe. Enemy set with a melee attack must pass it with also make a priority target, absolutely no. 3%, nah. 1 deflection, nah. Consider target priority target, nah. That's not the character's turn, there is still 10%. Yeah, sure, just heal yourself. What else do I have? A warp saturate. When the Psychers as allies of the Psyker themselves on the effect of psychic powers, they gain 5 toughness for each effect. Whenever the Psyker heals themselves, or use another ally with. Okay, I can critically heal. Each use of slag. Okay, what do we have here? Blade of Light Force Weapons, deal 9 more damage and 45. I think he has the sword he has is that. I don't know. The awareness. What else? Enforced reality. Use it for heroic act. Yeah, sure, yeah. Coercion. Yeah. Inscribed soul. No. What if Psychers, well, if Psychers not in the target's line of sight, if Psychers in cover resistances of a target, yeah, sure. And then have him have, you know, some more agility, yeah, and then give him some weapon skill, yeah, you know, some cover house, yeah. Is this a force weapon? It is a force weapon, okay. Is this a force weapon? No, it's a solid projectile. Do I have any pistols that maybe are useful to you? Nah, okay.
Follow my lead.
Okay,
Studying the
Hendrix.
Inquisition means peering into the secrets of humanity's foes. Aren't you afraid that one day you will peer too deeply, Interrogator?
Fear is the enemy of duty. Anyone who cannot overcome this weakness does not last long in the Holy Inquisition.
Mm-hmm. Okay, some cargo. The vanquished aircraft obviously fell from a height. Too much time has passed now to determine the cause of the crash. Lick my balls. The powerful smell of promethium lingers in the air around the burning mechanism. The machines were doused with the accelerant and set... well...
I'll lay claim to the stars.
The spikes have been fashioned from whatever the creators had to hand. This pitiful barricade is unlikely to stop anyone who is determined to get through. It would be better than nothing. Oi. The sentry rubs her eyes and gawps at you. Only half of her face is covered with a bulky, rusty augment of unknown purpose. You came to rescue us! Praise the Emperor, it reached you! The sorcerer's message reached others like him, may he rest in peace. We are most honored by your presence. Please come forward, quickly, out of the darkness. The woman hurriedly checks the nearby lumen, her hand visibly shaking. Those creatures came from the dark, you see, but not for much longer, not for much longer. And now you're here, and Mistress Lichtenheart has already found a way to help us. Hendrix dourly listens to the sentry's speech. He takes a few steps forward and intently peers at her face as the woman herself freezes in fear. Then Hendrix scowls and cuts a glance at you. We need to hurry. With a stroke of luck, it seems we already found who we are looking for. You mean Mistress Lichtenheart? My lord, we wouldn't have survived without her. It just so happened that she was here at a local excavation. When the monsters started appearing, we've been losing contact with other sides of the planet since then, like candles being snuffed out one after another. The rest of them must have all perished, but we're still here, holding on. You're like, oh... The woman lurches backward under your scrutiny. Her eyes are red and swollen. There are dark circles under them, insinuating a long run of sleepless nights. What's happening on the planet? It's terrible, my lord. I don't even know how to describe it. It's been... oh, how long has it been? A few months, probably. A few months of being plagued by these sorcerous beasts. As soon as night fell, they came, creeping right out of the shadows, black as soot. There's no stopping them. The only thing that's worked so far is keeping the fires burning and maintaining a constant watch. And even with that, the creatures drag us off in ones and twos the second we drop our guard. Henrix furrows his brow. Sorcerous creatures from the shadows. Could they be demons? That would explain the presence of warp anomalies in the system. A local breach. I feel like she's gonna lay down, Pooja, and be praised. Hey, thanks for having been here, Farpath, and rest up and get better, man. You feel like shit? Never a good thing. Yeah, lay down, drink plenty of water, take some meds, yeah, all that jazz. Hope you're gonna do well, man. Thanks for having been here. Survey the barricades. It didn't appear to be very sturdy. Please, my lord, the sentry is on the verge of tears. Do you think we are trained guardsmen? We're from the expedition convoy. We lived here for generations, and up to now, the god emperor has guarded us from misfortune. But now we have to fight. The survivors have all gathered in the tunnel, and we've handed out what weapons we have. But is that how is that supposed to help us against these butchers when we don't always know how to use our weapons? You mentioned an expedition? Yes, about 30 years back, we were brought here with a load of clever people for some high-end adeptus or something or other. And we've lived here ever since. I've raised 4 kids here. 2 died at the excavations. 1 was taken by the monsters, but my youngest is still alive. Excavations? Perhaps the expedition, or rather its objectives, were what Amelia was interested in. Of course, the easiest option would be to ask her directly. The interrogator shoots you a pointed, impatient look. I wish to see Emiliana Lichtenheart. Mistress Lichtenheart is inside, in the pit. You go on. Don't be afraid. She will be there to properly greet you. We'll stand guard. Thanks be to the Emperor for delivering you to us.
none shall stand in my way.
A demolition, blow it up.
Duty prevails.
Oi. A giant gate barring the way to the excavation site. Big gate. That chill, where does it come from? The creatures, they're coming! Weapons ready and God Emperor preserve us! Oh, those things. Oh, I know what they are. Oi, Marazai. I'd need Marazai here. Okay, all of these. Level 2, level 2, level 2, level 2, level 2, level 2. Level 2. Okay, they're all level 2s. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't really matter who I
understand your intent.
mark as prey. In that case, probably the best idea
If
is
I
to
must.
mark the ones that are closest.
I am not your Xenos pet.
What's their armor? 0% armor. The Arctic, the Dodger is also reduced by
serves your
3
cause.
times. Ah, but it's only 6% in this case.
I hear you
Oh.
moving. No more.
I didn't intend to kill you.
This tedium is beneath.
Didn't think that was gonna kill. Raid, and then... Oh, now look at this guy in the back here. Mandre... Oi, 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 oi. Hold on, just to be sure, because of her mantle, she can... Hold on, just to check. The wears the littlest stair ability no longer damages, no longer deals damage to affected allies. Instead, those allies gain 10 temporary wounds. Okay, Argenta.
You insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Yeah, I think this is Flamer territory. Is there a way for me to hit all of those? Nah, there isn't. Move over here.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
This, and this should very easily kill them all.
I'll do it. Eradicate it.
Oh! Well, this isn't what I had in mind.
His will made manifest.
Oh, this isn't what I was intending. This is absolutely not what I was intending. Fuck.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I didn't want to kill those guys. I didn't want to kill those guys.
Me. If you insist.
Wait, now I don't
Captain.
even want to use Waking Nightmare. I do want to use Waking Nightmare, but not Littlest Stare. Because I have a feeling this is just going to kill them all. Hold on, let me test it.
Try standing.
Yeah, no, it kills them. It kills the Overseers. No, this isn't what I wanted to do. Ah, fuck it. It's already
Is this a job for
fucked.
the serfs?
Even Kaka agrees.
I'll pay
Kaka
your
is like,
debt
yeah,
for
it's
this
fucked,
promise.
man. You fucked up
The Emperor is
majorly.
on our side.
Aim
I
for
won't
the
object to it.
opening. What else can I really do here?
Let's see to it.
Poised to strike. Word of the Emperor.
I won't object to it.
Strength and toughness.
Let's see to it.
Here you go, Pujan. Have some strength and
For the
toughness.
throne's glory.
And feeble. Yeah, sure,
Let's see
both
to
of
it.
these. And
But
then...
of course. Be gone.
Be gone. Be gone.
Naturally.
Why can he do several attacks? Ah, no more moving. Second
More trouble than
weapon.
it's worth.
More trouble than it's worth.
I won't object to it.
More trouble than it's worth.
Poor
tactics are
John. No. Yeah, sadly, a lot of the enforcers have died. Just whose fault is that?
Will be undone.
Just whose fault is
As
all
the
of
Emperor
this?
commands, I act.
And when I get that guy,
In thy light I stand, and thy light
whoever
I
murdered
crave.
all these poor people that didn't deserve it, man. Oh, you're knocked to the floor. Oh. Kill the attacking mandrakes. But yeah, I would have loved if the overseers here
As if a
survived
field
and didn't
of
get
flowers
killed
was
by me.
blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. A
Nah,
thousand heretics were burning
I'm
alive,
loading up.
begging
I'm loading up the. Oh no! I mean, I'm gonna have to re-level Heinrichs, but that's okay. Yeah, send Heinrichs there as well. No, I don't. I don't want these guys to die. It said allies, and they're allies. So why didn't it exclude them from all the damage stuff? That makes no sense.
I won't tolerate weakness.
And I'm gonna have to do all of this again. Guess for additional MP, yeah, this, Psycho Majoris. And this time let's not go for, no heresy. Yes, Blade of Light, yes. Weapon skill, Sacred Terminus. Shield of the Emperor. Lore Xenos. Was this one relentless? No. Shot through steel shell. Tough as steel. Psyker Extremis. Agility. I don't even know what I picked. Stronger together. Yeah. Hammer of the Emperor. Let's effect by Word of the Emperor. Gain the hammer of the next time the deal damage is effect is increased by 42 and the effect is removed. All allies are healed. Yeah. Everybody healed, I guess. More agility. Second sight. Psychic powers have a 25% chance to regain AP spent. Oh yeah, this one that it deals that kind of damage. And the Sanguine Siphon. Lower Xenos. Where's the one where he gains strength? It was one where he gains strength based off of HP. Steel Shell Tipping Point. Unbreakable Will. No, where was that one? Peak Condition. Yeah. Obscured Threat. Sure. Yeah, give him more Lore Xenos. False Reality and Scripts Adrenaline Surge. Blade Flurry, Contempt, Area Attack. Yeah, ready to serve, I guess. More Lord Xenos. Oh, what else? Heals themselves. Yeah, sure, whenever you heal, I guess. Can't pick that anymore, so weapon skill. Lower Xenos. Okay. Now I put down a save.
With such bright colors, though it consisted of lowly rabble. The contrast seems unusual and even beautiful. Will my paints be able to convey it?
Victory awaits.
The monkey that came to thank the Elantark for showing concern for their bodies was sincere. But a slave caressing their master's hand for a morsel of food is not something I would deem beautiful.
Okay, continue. Okay, why does he not want to look at it? Seems to refine what you're looking for. What happened on the planet? Survey, you mentioned an expedition. I wish to see her, and dialogue. Okay. Now, saving. Also glad to see that Heinrich just didn't want to, yeah, didn't wanna take a look.
Believe you can match a child of a Saurian.
Okay, some of them have already died. Cool.
If I must. I
Okay.
understand your intent.
Hunt down the prey. Hunt down the prey. Hunt down the prey. Hunt down the Freeman. But they're allies. Why don't rogue trader presence? Critical hit chances increased by 50%. Yay.
I am not your Xenos pet.
Peak
monkey.
mentioned. What game?
If it serves your cause, I deal death with my hands. I am not your Xenos pet.
Rogue trader?
monkey.
Funger? I didn't mention Funger.
Everyone,
Hunt down the
step
Freeman.
aside.
Oh, yeah. Hunt down the Freeman, yeah.
Let's see to it.
That miraculous game.
I won't object to it.
Hunt down the Freeman.
Naturally.
Poised strike. Ooh, you deal no damage. Damn. Yeah, aim
But
for
of
an
course,
opening. I
Lord
think that's what I
Captain.
have to do. What does this do? Star rating plus willpower bonus. I mean, he has a psychic rating of like 3. Ah, and the enemy parried.
For the throne's glory.
Ah, Heinrichs are useful.
Now,
Hmm.
I can handle this.
Hmm. Bale Blast. Biden Blast.
You
Ow.
will pay an even greater price.
Ah, okay, so now these guys are dying regardless of me having done something. Okay, cool, yay! Yay!
If I may,
It didn't matter what I did, yay!
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
And you're accustomed to be ordered around. No, walk
If
trainer.
it serves your cause, another soul slips beyond the
And
veil.
you're accustomed to being ordered around, Lord Captain. Oh no. I'm not accustomed to that, Mr. Walk Trader.
This tedium has been deal death with my hands.
Mr. Walk Trader, I'm not
I
used to
understand
being
your
ordered
intent. I
around.
am not your Xenos
Mr.
pet
Walk
monkey.
Trader. Mr. Walk Trader, please. I'm not used to being ordered around. No.
I'll show you why navigators
No,
are
I'm not
feared.
used to being ordered around. No, I don't like it.
Another soul
Boom.
slips beyond the veil.
Boom,
Hear you moving, no more.
boom. And now I'd love for her to move because I don't want to kill this guy here. So, if I do this... Stay my guys!
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I'm a
Isn't
navigator,
this a job for
not
the
a
serfs?
servitor. Oh, I'm Cassia. No. No, no, no. I'm a noble person. No, no, no.
My emperor! Faith without deeds is worthless.
No, 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 no. Okay, a few guys have survived.
Heart turn all to decay.
If you come to take away us from away from this place, you're here to save us, aren't you? Well, yeah. I should be. 75% with Pujan.
Follow my lead.
Okay, but I need to feed the doggos. Let's see if they even want to eat. And yeah, but yeah, I'll be right back. And we're back. Puppies are doing good. Dogs, well, one of them at least has been fed. The other didn't want to eat. Which, fair enough. I mean, they don't want to eat, I'm not gonna force them to. Backstreamer. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Sword of the Titanium. Alright, doggy cam has been set up again, and now we continue. So kind of a genuine question I've been having, like I've been thinking about it, but I'm kind of torn. At the end of the day, I think I'm still going to do what I think I will do. But is it getting annoying that I'm playing nothing but Rogue Trader? Or would you rather, like, really want to see something else? Because the thing is, for me, I'm enjoying this game a lot recently. Like, I've really been loving Rogue Trader. Like ever since I started, like very recently, yeah. I've really been loving this game. At the same time, though, I could understand if people are like, you've been playing nothing but Rogue Trader recently, you're going to play something else. And I'm kind of like torn about what you guys would rather want to see. I mean, I have also like done the polls, and I know you guys are interested in me playing Nier Automata, but I've not been feeling Nier Automata yet. So, there's this Swift Shroud cloak. Whenever the wearer is targeted by an attack of opportunity, gain 1 stack of Swift Shroud effect and 8% dodge against this attack. Also, when the wearer gains 2 MP every time they are targeted by an attack of opportunity. Fair library, after all. Yeah, true, fair point. The thing I also feel is that, why should, like, you guys will notice if I'm playing a game I don't want to play. So, I would rather want to play the stuff I want to play before I play a game where I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm playing this because, I have to or something. Like, I noticed this especially when I had my 1 month schedule. I hated it. I really hated the schedule in hindsight. I gave it a shot because people told me to give it a shot, but yeah, I really didn't like the schedule. I'm just not a person that is made for a schedule. I'm just not a person for that. Each critical hit increases. Yeah, technically good. Oh yeah, I got this Swift Shroud mantle. Where was that one? Yeah. No, I want this one, the Swift Shroud mantle, because he can really use that one. If the word ends the term with any familiar, nah. I know the wear stuff is a trauma, nah. Heinrichs, here, get some grenades. Some grenades. The taunting scream targets do not need to fail the willpower to be affected by this ability. Nah, it's low warp.
I have failed my
Strange debris is scattered across the table's surface. All of it, the broken pieces of pottery, the inscribed tablets, the blades of fanciful designs. It's clearly the work of primitive craftspeople.
I'll lay
Yeah.
claim to the the stars.
The conveyor belt littered with a mixture of stone chippings and fragments of human-made items. The rust on the mechanical components indicates that this machine has stood idle for a very long time. Boxes stuffed full of shards of pottery, metal, and other discarded human-made objects covered in a layer of soil. I really feel like I shouldn't go in here. I really shouldn't go in here.
Done.
You shouldn't have, my lord. Ah, don't worry.
Damn it. It's a Vox liturgy twisted by warp sorcery. Try not to listen too closely.
This altar...
Make out a single word, but the taint that hangs with these sounds in the air is almost palpable.
This altar would be unremarkable if not for the uncanny sounds streaming from its built-in speakers, but what was a Vox recording of a liturgical service is now a malevolent parody of noble faith.
Who's that? Can it be? Oi!
The powerful smell of promethium lingers in the air around the burning mechanism. The machines were doused with the accelerant and set alight.
I won't tolerate weakness.
He hasn't forgotten us.
Right. The symbols on the skin must bleed. Again, hold them tighter. What are you doing? What is this?
God Emperor, help me. Who's that, Kaimea?
The stooped figure draws back the hood of the grimy robe, revealing the emaciated face of a woman. Her skin is stretched taut over her skull, a sickeningly protruding augmentation, and her cheek is marred with several open wounds. She looks at you with a feverish gleam in her eyes. The visual description matches interrogator from Calyx. The sage blinks several times and her head twitches. You made it here after all. Henrik's usual mask of stoicism has melted away without a trace. He stares around him in undisguised dismay.
Emelina, what is this? You're performing the arch enemy's rituals, but... No, stop. Right now. Not another move unless I tell you.
The sage draws herself upright, as far as her crooked spine will allow, and flicks several switches on her facial augments. Then she turns to you, ignoring Heinrich's words completely.
Who have you brought me for your interrogator from Calyx? Clearance level?
Mariusz Pujanowski von Valencius, rogue trader and the God Emperor's anointed. Amelia Lichtenhardt dips her head.
Von Valencius, a rogue trader dynasty, territory to the galactic west of Urbandus. The head of the dynasty, Theodore von Valencius, has been flagged for her heretical sentiments. Threat level.
Heinrich gestures at the room.
I brought the help you requested in your message, Emelina. A void ship under the aegis of the rogue trader. I dragged thousands of people and megatons of plasteel ceramide through the bowels of the warp. And for what? To discover that you sold yourself to the arch enemy?
Emelina shakes her head.
You are drawing conclusions based on incomplete knowledge of the situation. Interrogator from Calyx. Your judgment is impaired.
Henrik's voice, Emelina addressing you in a strange manner.
I expect that Emelina has chosen to seal the memory block containing data of a personal nature. She does this whenever she is concerned that someone might try to extract information about Calazar's coterie from her.
Heinrich thinks for a moment, and then her clear voice says, Sigma prosperity. He pauses before repeating the strange phrase.
The reminiscence block you were attempting to access was repurposed. It now contains knowledge of the rituals performed by the shamans of this place. A standard working memory alone was insufficient to record all the nuances I uncovered in my research here.
Heinrich looks as though he has been punched in the gut.
Emelina, you deleted all data about the members of Calazar's unit? You wiped us all? Of course not. I retained a portion of the reminiscence block's data relating to the operational significance of the Lord Inquisitor's unit. That is how I was able to recognize the interrogator from Calyx.
What has happened on Dawn 4?
I came here on a supreme directive of the Lord Inquisitor. An Adeptus Historica mission was established on Dawn 4 to study the origins of the civilization that once inhabited the planet. This world was once settled by humans. The mission aimed to discover which colony ship they came from and why they disappeared. The traces of the ancient culture uncovered in the layers of soil suggested the existence of primitive solar faiths among the dark inhabitants of this world, faiths that are strikingly similar to worship of the arch-enemy. The surviving scrolls indicate that shamans use the gifts of chaos to protect their people, to secure the harvest, to imbue their warriors with strength and vitality, and that this culture persisted for thousands of years. I was cataloging data when the attack began at one of the remote outposts. I immediately recognized the enemy of their tactics, Drukhari. They chose an unremarkable, defenseless world where the night lasts half the year. By the time 5 outposts had been swallowed by the darkness, the last astropath had been torn to pieces, and many calls for help sent to Kalasaurus' unit had gone unanswered. I realized that no one was going to save these people, or this knowledge, and so I put the knowledge to use for the good of humanity.
So that explains what we saw on our way here. And Melina glances at you, but she cannot bring herself, or does not consider it necessary, to ask you to elaborate.
I'm sorry, I asked, but what are you trying to achieve here, Emelina? The ritual we interrupted, what is it supposed to do?
Emelina lifts her gaze upward.
I've read this word of its year-long night and the mandrakes of the total advantage of us. It will force a new heavenly body, with this one of human making, to rise above the horizon and illuminate the dark side of the planet. If the ritual works, I will have mastered the secret of forging a new sun. This is madness, pride, and monstrous, staggering heresy.
Hendrix's voice is barely audible, as if his throat has closed up in shock. Abelard's eyes wide in astonishment.
Create a star? God Emperor's grace, what creatures could live in the light of a star born using the powers of the archenemy?
Do you mean to say that you discovered the ritual for creating a sun here?
Buried under silicon granite are knowledge and resources that could repel the enemies of humanity. We were too afraid of anything labeled prohibited. My memory contains thousands upon thousands of pages from manuscripts, tomes, and scrolls. Contact with any one of these is supposed to guarantee instant death, but the preachers who claim this are liars. I'm living proof of their falsehoods.
What happened to the people of this world?
All the survivors are here in this tunnel. The rest are dead. Or, worse than dead, they're in the clutches of the monsters from Kamara. Our last Ezraprof died when his mind was invaded by a warp entity. It used this side trail to hunt him down. The rest of the people here have been blessed by the protection of those forces that I summoned to our aid.
That is enough. Henrik's voice shakes with bridal fury.
I have heard all the justification and complaints 100 times before. No purpose can justify what you have wrought here. Who have you become? Who have I become? Interrogator from Calic. I am what any agent of the Golden Throne is predestined to become if they're able to see through the essence of things. I have, as the Puritans say, succumbed to the heresy of radicalization. Moreover, in doing so, I'm only following in the footsteps of our mentor. The only difference is that I've chosen the path of the oblationist, while he chose the Xenocypers, forging an alliance with the cursed Drukhari.
What unthinkable accusations! The Lord Inquisitor, in league with the enemies of humanity?
Melina, suppress your urge to debate internal matters in the presence of the rogue trader. Additionally, I will not tolerate insults to the Lord Inquisitor in my presence.
Xenocypers, oblationists, I have no idea what these things are.
They are the names given to philosophical ideologies practiced by the agents of the Golden Throne. They have nothing to do with the current actions are driven by this philosophy, Interrogator Van Calax. Mine. Yours, the Old Inquisitors. Why are you avoiding talking about the fact that Xavier Kalazar is a dangerous radical? You're less dangerous than I am, except I'm not driven by utopian ideals.
No, you are driven by utopian ideals. You want to make suns.
But by a desire to protect humanity, using a broader range of tools. What you call a broader range of tools is heresy, Emelina. Unremarkable, commonplace heresy. Heresy that has taken on a twisted form in our minds subjected to prolonged contact with corruption. The archenemy has been gnawing at you from within, creating a star with a chaos ritual. You've crossed the line. No, you have obliterated the line. The line? Lines are for the weak and ignorant. Anyone capable of weighing the risk and making a calculated decision would have done the same as me. To protect the Imperium's domain, to deliver a preemptive strike even. Van Lancius, Emelina whips around to you. You're a simple mortal endowed with huge power and privileges, ruling over worlds and holding millions of lives in the palm of your hand. Tell me, would you have done the same in my position?
Yes, fear and cowardice are the worst enemies of the Imperiums as defenders. I would not have done the same mistake. No, I would not have done the same mistake. I mean, yeah, again, there was this tweet I read a while ago, where it was like, yeah, there are very good reasons why, like, dogmatic is the way it is, like, why there are rules for, like, how radical inquisitors and stuff are. So I would have not done the same mistake.
Blinkered vision and a narrow mind. A warrant of trade in the hands of such a person is a dangerous prospect indeed.
Emelina shakes her. Would you have done the same in my position? Okay, no. One of the dogs is thinking of escaping. I'm watching her trying to see how she can escape. Oh? Oh, is she smart enough? He actually is smart enough. Hold on 1 second, I'll be right back. Dog barricade has been reinforced. Emelina shakes her head spitefully, her eyes filling with blood.
The only one to answer my call, and you turn out to be a brainwashed pawn. I do not factor in the possibility of psychological dependence. Kalazar can be persuasive, especially to those who depend on him. A favorite sorcerer, a Kazbelican renegade. Oh yes, interrogator Van Kalek. Xavier Kalazar is a stalwart little soldier. You will die just like Tanakia.
Emelina Iona Lichtenhart. Henrik begins stiffly formal before breaking up.
Tanakia? What do you know about Tanakia?
Emelina shakes her head.
You don't even know what fate befell her, do you? I suppose it wouldn't hurt for you to know something of it.
A strange sound causes the sage to fall silent. She turns toward the tunnel.
The lights are going out. They're coming out of the mine.
Oh. Jesus fucking Christ.
The beasts! They're here! The ritual must be completed. The preparations must go what? We need to block all possible approaches. Light! We need light to dispel the shadows in the corners.
Okay, how do I make light? Turn on the lamp. Turn on the lamp. Hey, okay. Well, all the survivors are in here, and I would love for everyone to survive in here. Hold on, is visible? Is visible. Yes, yes, yes. We ignore. Is visible, yes. Okay, I definitely need Pujan to go this way. I mean, this is a perfect position up here for Yearlit. Actually, I think I should rather send Pujan this way. Lardman goes over here, yeah. Argenta, I mean, she also has a good view from up here. As well as Cassia and Heinrichs. You go with Pujan. Is there a light up here? No. Hey, don't attack the poor soldiers.
Target well struck.
Weather the storm!
Weather the storm!
Focus, Van Kellogg's. Focus.
Okay, you're lit. All of these, like... Okay, they're all mandrakes. And I'm not even sure if I want to, hunt down the prey.
If I must.
I mean, maybe against this guy, but...
If it serves your cause.
Haha, no doggies,
I
you're
am
not getting
your
out of there.
zealous pet
Monkey.
I understand your intent.
I am not your
I
Xenos
am not
pet,
your
monkey.
scorpion, but I deal death with my hands.
Damn, she sounded like a dog for real, bro.
If it serves your cause.
Yeah, I mean, what else is there really to do? Intimidate
You
and
cannot force me a long time.
in my
This
sights.
tedium
That
is
one.
beneath me.
Yeah. Oh no, the barricade has been breached by the big dog, who is meant to just get past it. Oh, there's two of those mandrakes.
As the Emperor commands,
Singular
I act.
attack. Yeah, here I'd rather want to do singular attacks. Oh wait, no, I can actually do a burst attack here. Okay, that's that one
Doubt
down.
is for the weak.
Why is the attack speed still
As
at
the
like?
Emperor commands,
Why is it still at 6? It should be at 7. 6, 7. Can I be honest, guys? I never liked the 6-7 meme.
Me?
I don't like the 6-7 meme.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
I don't like 6-7.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
I know this is gonna sound
Isn't
like
this a job
a
for the
very
serfs?
controversial thing. You've never heard me say this before, but I don't like 6-7. But can I not get down there? Oh.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
Okay, I was under the impression I could go down this ladder here, but no, I can't.
I have read tomes of military tactics. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I hope they are... Okay, they're stunned. Good.
If I may,
Argenta have an additional turn. It doesn't increase her, like, attack fire rate.
power
Why
resides in
not?
the will of the righteous.
Oh, I can tell her to shoot those two guys.
Faith
Okay.
without deeds is worthless.
But then she might shoot Yerlet there, and I don't want that. I don't want her to shoot. Oh no, I don't wanna kill that guy.
As the
No.
Emperor commands.
Okay, Overseer, you're lucky. You're lucky that she didn't hit you.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I'm not accustomed to being
Isn't
ordered
this a job for the
around.
serfs?
Why did you take damage? Burning touch of the wall. Blade artist, shadow creature, power from pain. Final strike. Okay, no, I don't know why she took damage. The... I mean, yeah, I can't give the ones I would love to. The additional turn. What is that supposed to occur? Oh, so they can go up the ladders, but I can't go down. Oh, yeah, cool. Yes.
Follow my lead.
Very nice. Yes, that makes sense. Yes.
Death to the heretics!
Oh, yeah, that's very cool.
I need a
Yes.
foothold.
Need a foot long. I'm kind of hungry. The services are still just like thinking, oh,
Alas, no. Let's see to it.
okay. Oh, Doggy tries to escape again.
Naturally.
Doggy is looking for weaknesses in the defense.
But of course, Lord Captain.
Is she gonna force herself through that? Is she smart enough? Shit, she's smart enough. Doggy escape containment. I repeat, doggy escape containment. Doggy prison has been prison has been reestablished. Damn, these dogs are smart.
Weapon at the ready.
I mean, there's no more enemies. Wait, no, there is. One more here. This mandrake. Blade artist.
Brace yourself, Abelard. My place is at the fore.
So how come this ladder counts, but not this ladder here? They're trying to find new loopholes in the doggy prison. They shouldn't be able to get out of it.
Victory.
Shouldn't. I thought the same so far, but those dogs ain't stupid. Those dogs are smart.
At your beck and call.
Be nice, and then have the block thing.
Insulting.
I have a feeling I should keep Pujan up here. Ah, they're just going to continue spawning from those. Okay. Yep. Oh, it's a Shumtgun. They're really trying to find loopholes. No, 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 you're not able to get over that. No, no. Nah, you're not getting out of that. You're not getting out of there, doggy. No. The doggy prison shall stand.
Soul slips beyond the veil.
Oh, it's so cute how they're trying. I mean, they're gonna all die anyways, but yeah, sure. You're not escaping the doggy prison now. Yeah, okay, there's no reason for me to use,
Guided by faith.
to use the bolter then, because killing these guys with the bolter doesn't count as kills for some reason.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I'll do it.
And then this rope and additional attack.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Henrix.
I shall prevail.
The Emperor is on our side. Let's see to it.
Move here, turn on the lamp.
For the throne, your
Bonk.
reckoning is due.
Can I somehow get you closer there? Poised to strike, I mean, secondary weapon. Boom. Oops. Almost killed that guy down there as well. Yay. Shumkun. Okay, now Cassia. Huh? Let's focus on that guy now.
I'm afraid not.
Give him bonus movement.
I'll put my psychic abilities to use.
And turn on lamp. Not enough action points. Turn on lamp. Okay, yeah, there's no more lamps that need to be turned off. Okay, that should be the last of them, right? But there's no more lights to turn on. Oh, the lights turn off. Oh, okay, okay.
For the throne's glory, I'll see our foes obliterated.
Daring breach, turn on lamp.
Get me a target.
Is there anything else? There's this here, but the lamp is turned on. Okay, but what lamp? Like, what else can I turn on or off? I don't know where else I'm meant to go. Like in here? I'm meant to go over here?
Everyone, step aside.
No, there's nothing here. There's also no lamp up there.
A minor setback.
I genuinely don't know what else I'm meant to do right now. I've turned on all the lights. Okay. Amelia lets out an agonized moan. Wasted! All my work, all my preparation, all for nothing.
Emelina Iona Lichtenhart, in the name of the Inquisition, you are hereby removed from your post and expelled from the Holy Ordo. Henrix's eyes are fixed on Emelina, but she does not look at him. Then the interrogator turns his gaze on you. The fate of its fallen members is a matter for the Ordo. Heretical archives, artifacts obtained in the excavation, and other assets in Lichtenhart's possession I hereby declare the property of the Holy Inquisition. However, it is for the Rotator to decide what becomes of Dawn 4 and its people. What is your verdict? What would you advise me to do? The world has been compromised. Any attempt to assess the degree of corruption will necessarily be based on weak judgment vulnerable to doubt and sentiment. I will get rid of the planet and its population. What will happen to the archives in Emelina? The archives will be destroyed to prevent this situation from ever reoccurring. Emelina is my responsibility. I will not risk the survivors into my crew, however I will not leave them unaided. I mean, there's only a few people of them. They're all gonna die. I'll take them off the planet. So be it, Lord Captain. Now as for Emelina, you are hereby stripped of your special status as an agent of the Golden Throne and all attendant rights and privileges. I'm authorized to use all interrogation measures stipulated in the standard framework for information extraction to ascertain the fate of Acolyte Tanakia Kalbergaria. Will that be necessary, Emelina? No, interrogator from Calyx. The sage's voice is scarcely louder than a whisper. I have no intention of concealing that information from you. I am almost certain that Tanakia Kalbergia was eliminated on the orders of Xavier Calazar for being deemed a volatile element. Henrix's face is a mask of disbelief and anger. You're lying. Listen in silence. I saw one of Calazar's documents when I went to receive my new orders. Only a fleeting glimpse, but with my memory like a pic recorder, it was long enough for its contents to be imprinted on my mind. I do not know the details, but the document itself was an interrogation transcript, with a fine annotation indicating the removal of the person from the retinue. And we both know how someone leaves the Lord Inquisitor's retinue, Interrogator Van Galax. Tanaki is the Lord Inquisitor's top espionage specialist. Wherever Xavier chose to refrain from making a public show of strength, Kalbergia was invulnerable. Why would he do this? Emily looks up at Heinrich, her eyes full of despair. I do not know, Interrogator from Calyx. Just as I do not know why the Lord Inquisitor sent me to this nondescript planet as soon as I voiced my concerns about his methods. Just as I do not know if I should blame the Warp for the lack of responses to my calls for help, or if Calazar prohibited the others from answering. The nature of her mission, and of Xavier's true purpose here in the Expanse, was likely why he chose to bury this secret, and Tanakia along with it. Emelina breaks off. The operational data indicates that you're the retinue's primary torture specialist, Interrogator from Calyx. All this time, I thought you were the one who conducted Tanakia's interrogation, and one of the reasons why I destroyed my personal data block was to ensure that my own sentiments could not prevent me from thinking rationally when I next encountered you or Calazar's other servants. I've rather unpleasant suspicion. Heinrich? Heinrich says nothing for several seconds, staring into space. At last, he begins to speak. Emelina Iona Lichtenhart. Emelina sighs. I know, Interrogator Van Galax. I know all the procedures used to compromise sages. Interrogation, unsealing of reminisce blocks. But before we begin, she stands up, straightening her spine as much as she can, and she looks into the interrogator's eyes with a weak smile. I thought Tanakia was your doing, but as a reaction has revealed the truth to me. Heinrichs. It is Heinrichs, yes? Hey, there's a subtle shift in Emelina's voice. She sounds older, wiser. You should know. I'm sorry to have forgotten you. Heinrich stares at the sage, says nothing, that looks down and mutters something too quietly for you to hear. Heinrich turns to you. Thank you for your assistance in solving my problem, rogue trader. But why? Heinrich looks at you, his eyes dark and lowering. Why don't you answer that question for yourself? Because Emelina's knowledge is just like the archives you were planning to destroy, coming into contact with its dangers. Didn't want her to be subjected to your standard procedures, at yours or anyone else's. Yeah, the second one. You really think my actions are driven by such sentiment? Heinrich studies you intently. His face is difficult to read, but one of his eyes spasms briefly just before he turns away. Yes. You got very sentimental with Emelina. Yes. We're finished here. The planet will be designated unfit for 30 years. The risks are simply too great. I will take a few hours to deal with the excavation site and what the diggers found here, but it will not delay us. They return to the ship.
find a minute to speak with me. Yeah, this was not very nice for him. You really think I'm driven by such sentiment? Yes. Yes, I do, Heinrichs. Carnage. Oh no, that's the one I currently have. Okay. Well...
A new challenge for me.
Well... The well goes so deep you cannot see the bottom. The wall of the shaft reveals the marks of the machinery that drilled through the rock, as well as fragments of an ancient sunken city. Oof. It reminds me a bit of dwarven cities. Okay. Primitive excavating equipment suitable for the use by unskilled workers.
Victory awaits.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious now. Like, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of Heinrichs, I kind of want to actually talk with him. I actually want to talk with him. I don't like Heinrichs, but I feel this was... I feel this was a bit too... he probably either loved her or was a very, very good colleague. Or the fact I have to walk and not get teleported back instantly. Oh, I didn't look at this. The landing strip for cargo shuttles is strewn with rubbish. You notice a few reddish-brown spots.
Follow my lead.
So, Heinrichs, buddy bitch boy. Heinrichs, buddy, I actually want to talk with you. And this means a lot, Heinrichs. Heinrichs, where are you?
Lord Captain, I thank you for your assistance with my mission. Thanks to rogue trader von Valancius, the Inquisition has stopped the enemies of humanity, even those hiding in its own ranks. On this occasion, I will no longer be making any claim on your time or resources.
Come on, Heinrichs. Everything Emelina said about Kelsa, should we be concerned about
It
it?
is dangerous information, but you are already too deeply involved. In the Inquisition, there are two main philosophies: Puritanism and radicalism. The adherents of the former are conservatives who strive to follow the letter of inquisitorial doctrine in all matters. The radicals are more pragmatic. They believe that the end often justifies the means, and they use tools that a Puritan would condemn as heretical. Emelina used the powers of chaos to gain the upper hand against Xenos. I touched a cogitator built by cultists to learn its secrets. None of us is pure. Xavier. The craven-hearted say that the career of every Inquisitor ends in either death or heresy. The Lord Inquisitor has borne this burden longer than any of us. It would be naive to think that he had only ever used Puritan methods, and even more naive to suggest that such methods have in any way weakened his loyalty to the God Emperor. And that is all I will say on the subject.
You killed your colleague in cold blood.
Does that surprise you? It shouldn't.
Yeah, oi. Despite his icy tone, the spasms arcing across his face reveal his true state. He's devastated. I actually feel for you, Heinrichs. You did the impossible. You made me feel for you.
This is not the first time, or the last, I fear, that I will cause the death of someone close to me. There have always been reasons for it. Sometimes the reasons are dictated by duty, sometimes by my own personal volition.
What are you going to do now this is
I will
done?
remain part of your retinue. That will not change. I will continue to accompany you until I receive orders to the contrary from the Lord Inquisitor, if ever. Who knows? Perhaps one day my journey will end like Emelina's, but that day is not today.
Man, you make me feel bad for you. Man,
To what do I owe this visit?
You actually make me feel bad for you, man. Oh.
Rogue trader, what disputation will you honor Nuncius and me with today?
It is time for us to talk about Mencius.
Yes, it is long past time. I only ask for the privilege of privacy. This admission is difficult for me to make, and I can confide only in you.
So what's up, Jürgen? Jürgen looks aged. The lumen light on his wasted face casts each crease, furrow, and implant scar into stark relief. His hands, usually resting contentedly on his stomach or pensively tweaking the pistons on his chin, now hang limply at his sides. He hovers barely above the floor, as if some unbearable weight were on the verge of crushing him into the deck. He does not look at Nuncius.
Thesis 1. My mind is sick. This is an incontrovertible fact. I deduced it long ago, 49 years and 138 days ago, to be precise. After weighing all the arguments, I chose inaction, a decision egotistical in its rationality. I believe that, had I attempted to cure my insanity, I would have declined all the sooner. Thesis 2. There are two Nunciuses. This is also an incontrovertible fact. The first Nuncius is a figment of my imagination, the product of my insanity, and, at the same time, the anchor that keeps my mind from further degradation. I project it onto a servo skull, a model with no additional features other than an auxiliary lumen and an autocoil. It is incapable of conducting a conversation or holding an opinion. I do not even know from whose skull it was made. The second Nuncius is a genitor extremis of the Adeptus Mechanicus. My dearest colleague, the person who could cope with my temperament, walking shoulder to shoulder with me on the path of knowledge. The only person whose presence ever made me feel alive. For the last half-century, he has been in unending agony, caught between life and death, at the secret site Amsanct, because of me. All this time, I have been searching for ways to save him. He exists and is still alive. This is another hesitation, a tiny moment that holds fear and hope, doubts heavier than an entire world. Eugen finishes quietly. It's a fact. So you've been lying to me all this time? Not intentionally. I lied to both of us. I did not recall those details until today. You are speaking too rationally about your insanity. How else am I to speak of it? My condition is a known fact. I have discovered it, assessed its impact, weighed all the variables, and settled on the most rational plan of action, which is to remove information about it from my memory by means of a ritual of transcranial electroconvulsive self-flagellation that I designed myself. The ritual is dangerous and unreliable, but it is better than the alternative. Every few months, I once again spontaneously deduce that I am insane, as I have just done. And I have arrived at the same conclusion as before. Why haven't you performed your ritual this time? Your trust in me has already been shaken. You worked out on your own that there was something amiss with me. If I do not tell you the truth, then it will be irretrievably lost. The scenario in which I tell you everything is the only one where there is a chance of us being on good terms once more. After pausing, he adds, the decision to eradicate the newfound knowledge is never easy. I understand why I must, but each time it feels like I'm killing an important part of myself. I am afraid of knowing the truth about Nuncius, but I'm also afraid that if I forget it, I'll never remember it again. And that fear is not groundless.
The intervals between my releasing the truth are becoming longer all the time. I used to uncover my secret about once every 2 months. That quickly turned into 4. Now it takes as long as 8. This shows that the deterioration of my mind is accelerating. He raises his colorless gaze at you. So far, I have failed to find an effective countermeasure. I do not know if I will ever find one. If you keep forgetting the real Nuncius, why do you still seek a way to save him? The memory of an organic brain is not as malleable as mathematically sound data stored in cogitators. Memory cannot be fully exterminated, only mutilated. Moreover, it is not my goal to forget Nuncius completely, but rather to obscure my memories of him. I usually can recollect that there is someone in a similar state, and that this experiment is a priority for me and Nuncius the Servo Skull. The sense of time slipping through my fingers, the thrill of research, and an inexplicable sense of the import of the outcome all urge me to conduct these experiments, even if I do not remember for whose sake they're being done. He said you're treating your own insanity would make it worse. Explain. Those memories are painful. Forming a rational understanding of the world, breaking it down into hypotheses, facts, conclusions, is not just my vocation. It is the essence of my existence. I have power over my thoughts, but my emotions, they bring chaos to my existence. They tear through logic and trample over calculations. If I rid myself of the Nuncius figment, I will be left facing a monstrous, insurmountable task alone. My efficiency will plummet, and the path to knowledge will be shrouded in mist. Paradoxically, my insanity is the key to preserving my mind and soul. What was he like, the real Nuncius? Not was, is, comes Irgun's smiled yet empathetic correction. Everything I said about him before is true. He compliments me in all that I cannot foster in myself. He's also my staunchest opponent. His skepticism and caution have always balanced my scientific optimism and audacity. We rarely completely agree on anything, but I believe that, without our conflicts, we both would have discovered and achieved far less. Ours is a symbiotic relationship. Together, we form a whole that is more powerful than its individual parts. Irgun, I need the truth. What happened on Amsankt? Amsankt is a planet in uncharted sector of space, home to the ruins of a civilization of technologically advanced Xenos. The Ordained call them Necrons. There, we set up a research camp under the supervision of the Inquisition, and we set about searching for surviving samples of xenotechnology. And we found them. One of them... Pardon me. One of them led to the tragedy that resulted in Nuncius being caught between life and death, and me talking to a servo skull. He says this in an uncharacteristically dry monotone. Ask your questions, Marish Pudzielowski. I will answer them all. How does one get to Amsankt? That part of space can only be accessed through a special dimensional gateway. I do not know its exact coordinates or how to activate it. I assume that only the high strengths of the Inquisition can answer this question. How did you come to be on the planet? Nuncius and I belong to a secret sect of Xenorites. Our path of knowledge is the study of xenotechnology for the benefit of the Imperium. Many of the priesthood of Mars, who interpret the precepts of the Omnissiah very narrowly, deem our path a heretical schism. After our coordination with Stygies 8... I can't stop yawning. Nuncius and I went searching for samples of Necron xenotech, a nearly impossible task, and thus a fascinating one. On one such expedition, we came into conflict with other tech priests. We were close to death, but the Inquisition, who had been observing our research in secret, decided that we would be more useful alive. Of course, it was only once we arrived on Amsankt that we learned that the Inquisition had been behind the confrontation. From the bits of information I was able to piece together, I came to the conclusion that the Inquisition was interested in that sector of space as a whole, and that Amsankt was only a small part of the operation. We were transported there on a certain Chartist vessel for the purpose of secrecy. I suspect the Chartists were just a cover.
Our expertise was invaluable for the study of xenoruins, so Nuncius and I were placed in charge of the research team and provided with all the necessary equipment.
What were you researching?
We discovered a rare specimen in the ruins, a critically injured but still functioning Xenos, and some kind of artifact with it. The Xenos called it a refractive transmuter. Understanding how this artifact functions was our primary objective. We imprisoned the Xenos and tried to uncover its secrets, but our equipment was incapable of yielding, incapable of hurting or granting us any insight into the device. We experimented with the refractive transmuter almost blindly.
You said that Nuncius was between life and death. What happened?
The artifact. Nuncius and I had a disagreement. I was frustrated by the lack of progress, and I wanted to take a more radical approach to studying it. I wanted to experiment on myself. Nuncius was vehemently opposed. He argued that it was reckless, with insufficient data and unpredictable outcomes. Of course, he was right. In my stubbornness and arrogance, I did not heed him. I removed the artifact from the stasis sacellum and reached for it with a mechadendrite. Nuncius tried to intercept it and inadvertently touched the artifact. That moment has haunted me for the past 50 years. The refractive transmuter began to rearrange Nuncius's body on a molecular level. Metal turned to flesh, and flesh to metal in a monstrous cycle of wicked infinity. At times he would produce a scream, but after a second his vocal cords would turn to lead and his tongue to tin, and the screams would abruptly cut off. I had no time to reflect. To save his life, I had to hastily modify the stasis sacellum and immerse Nuncius in it along with the artifact. It did not stop the agony, but it did stop him from dying. It gave me a chance to find a solution. Locked away in the laboratory, I tried to find ways to reverse the artifact's effects. None of them worked. I turned to the Xenos, demanding information, with threats, requests, pleas. But its only response was contemptuous silence. I was utterly powerless, and then I decided to flee.
You just left Nuncius there? Silence. An empty gaze. Finally, a reply.
New knowledge, tools, experience. I needed more. My staying on Emsankt would not fix the situation. I decided to flee to the Expanse and seek answers there. I couldn't take Nuncius with me, so I secretly diverted the motive force from the main generator to support the stasis sacellum, placing the main camp on reserve power, then closed up our laboratory. Then, by means of deception and cunning, I managed to stow away on a Chartist vessel that had been delivering supplies and equipment to Emsankt. I disembarked on Footfall. I have not returned to Emsankt since. All the experiments you have witnessed, I've conducted them for one purpose: to find a way to save my dearest colleague.
You mean to tell me you left a man in England for 50 years and still haven't gone back to him? A fine friend. No, I don't need to be like this.
I have heard all I wish to. What are you going to do now? No more secrets from you.
I will help you with a return to Nuncius. We will go to Emsankt as soon as we find a way through the gate. Eugen stares through you, looking lost. Difficult memories are dragging him away from here and now.
Yes, of course. We must get to Nuncius. I have to find him and finish what I started, don't I?
After a moment of moment's hesitation, Eugen returns his attention to you.
I have a request. I need to prepare before this journey. Before I joined the clergy of Altar Templum X17, I had a small laboratory in the Averroes system. I was forced to leave it in haste for my own safety, and important samples and records of my experiments remained there. If we want to help Nuncius, we must retrieve them.
You cannot reconstruct them here on the ship?
I'm afraid not. They were wholly unique. It would take me years to find new samples and regain what was lost. I'm certain they are still there, which is why I'm asking you for this courtesy.
Very well, I'll take you there.
Thank you, Marius Brzezinski. If I may, I will leave you now. I have much to think about.
Oh. Eugen. Ilgun. Ilgun. Galvanic Gate make it for 100. Ilgun creates an energy wall occupies 7 straight and a range attacks. But wait, yeah, I want this. Yeah. Ahmed, hide, attack, Famia's maximum wounds. Against the overseas attacks, depending on when an ally, Famia's ally is used. Whenever Famia's ability is used on an ally, for 100 ally gains 5 energy multiplier. Whenever the overseer uses bring it down. I don't have that. Famia's key coverage is increased by 5. If the server skull swarm is targeted by the galvanic field ability, it also gains its effect. Yeah, sure. Fires of the Forge will get a 3 deflection against the burning effect of flame weapons. Forgewood characters gain a stacking 10% bonus to hit chance and dodge reduction against any target hit with a single attack. Successful critical hits. Ilgun can target enemies with the Bring It Down ability. In this case, his resolve is reduced by minus 100% for 1 round. The target immediately attacks the closest creature, prioritizing other enemies. Then the target suffers minus 9 dog characteristics. The target affected by Ferrum Sanctum becomes stunned for 1 round. Okay. Whenever the enemy attacks an ally affected by a galvanic field, yeah. I mean, I'd rather want ballistic skill, actually. Awareness, coercion, Medicae for sure, yeah, armored hide. Whenever an ability extrapolated through the servo skull affects allies, the servo skull song gains 1 fellowship. Whenever such an ability affects enemies, the servo skull gains 1 intelligence. Yeah. Allies that move through cells occupied by the energy wall gain 5 MP. Enemies that pass through the energy wall suffer shock damage. When transonic cannon is used against a creature suffering from burning, it is just okay. Enemies hit by Ilgun suffer 15% more shock damage at the end of combat. At the start of combat, Ilgun gains 2 more yeah. Anything becomes target of enemies as attacks, obviously has the damage increased by 2%. Uses overcharge, gain 30 for 1 round, uses the outside ability. Yeah. Okay. Yep, make that one tank here. A creature affected by blessing of the Omnissiah gains critical hit chance. Critical hit chance on attacks made against this creature reduces 0%. Okay, yeah. That's good. Where's logic, tech use? Yep. Ilgun can target himself with Bring It Down ability. In this case, the result is reduced by minus 100% for 1 round. He doesn't gain AP, but can make an additional attack instead. While under the effect of his ability, he gains lots of bonus stats. Autonomous Medkit. While moving, the service cost one deals self shock damage to each enemy it passes. Yeah. Ballistic skill. Ilgun gains 74% block when target of ranged attacks. Yeah. Ilgun grants electrified strikes to himself or an ally within 8 cells for 1 round, allowing the target to additional shock damage. Ilgun targets an ally with at least 1 augment installed and restores. Okay. Yeah, sure. Where's Medicae? There's Medicae. In combat, if Familiar gains 1 deflection for each cell between it and the Overseer, up to 4. 25% Overseer's next ability has its cost reduced, so yeah. Step no through it, bring it down. When Tensonic Cannon is used against a creature suffering from lost energy. Yeah, sure, yeah. More ballistic skill. Blood of Martyrs. Commanding Voice. The range of the officer's ability is increased by 3. Okay, when an ally is affected by an officer's ability to turn simply wounds. Yeah, this one. I mean, I'm gonna have to replace him with Cassia, sadly. Electrified shocks. Ballistic skill. At the end of its turn, a creature that has suffered damage from electrified strikes with similar suffers that damage again. Ilgun restores wounds to an ally and also regains his own wounds. Raw. Yeah, shock damage more often. Tech use. After an ally takes an extra turn, yeah, AP increase. Ilgun can target himself. His resolve is reduced by minus 100% for 1 round. That's the move for cells occupied by the energy wall, gain 5 MP. Yeah. Tech use. Okay, there's nothing else up here. Iron Discipline. As affected by the officer's abilities, gain a bonus to resistance equal to 4. Whenever you use it. Nah. More using the ability to increase movement speed. The target officer also gains half that number of movement points. Whenever an ally starts a turn adjacent to the officer, the ally gains 2 more MP. Take aim also increases the damage. Next range attack by 5%. Yeah, sure. Tech use. Yeah, sure. I can electrocute other enemies. Intelligence. Willpower, agility. Yeah, sure, agility. I don't know how that big guy can be agile, but it doesn't have to make sense. Ilgun. Alright, Ilgun. I actually want him to focus on ranged attacks. You don't need melee. All you need is a melta gun. I could also give him a long lass. If I wanted to. But I kinda want him to have a melta gun. I like meltas. Now the melta for short range stuff and for long range stuff. Yeah, give him a pickaxe.
Lucius is skeptical about this. I refuse to comprehend this.
I refuse to comprehend this.
Where's melta weapons got 1 less AP? Yep. Or do I give him the improvised heavy rock, or like a rock saw?
I cannot comply.
In case they get too close, he can just saw them. Okay. The pickaxe. Yeah, sure. I mean, he has mixed stats, so, you know, I think it's okay. But I will want him to mainly use the melta gun. 20 coercion. Here is not wearing armor at the start of combat. I mean, he doesn't wear armor. 28% dodge. I have anything else? Whenever wear attacks a target with ranged weapon at 1 cell range, that inflicts bleeding, and also the target suffers under against it. Nah. Because by the rogue shade or their seneschal. No. Won by an overseer. Nah. Dodges an attack to become priority target. Bzz, bzz. Vibration. Fafnira is online again. Well, I know who I'm gonna be raiding. Against a shadow field effect. 20 to tech use. Melee attack. Yeah, I mean, given I would rather want to. Magna Ray Transonic Waves of 9% penalty dodge and parry to the end of combat. Bearer gains 1 AP once per round when they fire a first shot from an arc rifle or use Magna Ray Blast for the first time. Nah, I'm good. Rage of the War's melee attacks made against enemies and the effect of exposed strength. Nah. Medicane, each time the wearer uses a medkit provides additional 11. His damage with a heavy weapon. Is this a heavy weapon? It says heavy rock saw, but it's considered a light weapon. Yeah, that makes sense. Ignores the weapon recoil. They don't really have recoil. Yeah, sure. Bonus Medicae. Bonus Medicae. Yeah, I mean, I can't give him anything else. I mean, yeah, 28% dodge. Is there really nothing else? 20 coercion. Nah. Whenever the wearer and their allies and twos are ready to gain momentum, they also gain an equal amount of temporary wounds. Nah. Critical hit chance is increased by 7%. Critical damage is increased by 5 times the potential energy stacks. Yeah, it was actually perfect for you. Lots of damage. Okay, Ilgun. I can't give you anything else. Then we have to go to the sector Bionica. Because you need a few modifications. Why can't I give you this? Ah, improved plantation. The user attacks if the user gains one stack of potential energy when an ally in the force array suffers damage from an attack. If unequipped, this augment is lost. Discharge shell, nah. 4 energy, 12 energy damage with 49% pen. Sure. I mean, it's Irgun, he probably wants this. Yeah, like, I would love to give him these, but I can't. And I can't even give it to him, so he has to be close if he wants to heal someone. Okay, and I can't install anything else here. Okay. Can I give anything to Pascal? He just dodges a melee attack for the first 3 times in a round. And what do I lose for this? Dodge and parry. Gain 3 toughness. Wow, 3 toughness. Galvanic resonance. Yeah, you're good, Pascal. You're good. Don't need more. Heinrichs.
To what do I owe this visit?
Okay. Lordman?
Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
Lord Captain. Lord Captain. Lord Captain.
If I talk with you, Pascal, is there anything? No. Yurlet. Hey, Yurlet. Hey.
The Dark City released us from its thorny embrace. The wounds of the body will heal. But what about the wounds of the soul? Cruderach fell, and its demise shattered the fragile lives of countless children of Assyrian. Scattered across this part of the galaxy, hounded by the monkey, pursued by the Dark Cousins, imprisoned by the servants of She Who Thirsts. Hatred is strangling me like a snake, and fear is coursing through my body like a burning poison. For the path I chose is leading me down the roads of failure. I can neither hold back my grief nor rein in my anger. And yet, I am powerless to stray from my path. Pay no heed to my fleeting wrath, Elantark. When the will slips away, the soul trembles with rampant emotions. But I will resign my heart to meekness, for there is no other way a marked outcast can help their fellow Eldari wandering in the dark.
Many terrible things happen in Komara. Are you alright?
I found myself in the Dark City after following the twisted roads of truth and lies. And although the truth blossomed like an ugly bud and scratched my soul with its thorns, I did find the answers to my questions. Those who come back from the dark of the webway will never be the same. But it is we who change while the surrounding world remains imminent. This thought gives me strength. I have no need for your sympathy, Elantark. Besides, neither Monkey nor my dark kin found the decaying remnants of Cruderach. Perhaps all is not lost. Perhaps we may yet bring back what has been taken.
Sorry, back. What will happen to the seer now?
As soon as Eklendil gathers his strength, he will depart the Lilithon through the Webway Gate. Do not ask where his path takes him. He follows the road of his own destiny. It is as it should be.
So where does the path of the outcast lead you now?
On the trail of
Fuck
a monkey
off.
called Calico. Winter scale. Even a worm may harm a wounded tiger by bringing infection into an open wound. And the wounds of my people have been bleeding ever since Cruderach's demise. The spirits of my kin need a poultice, a hope, not the executioner's sword already poised to fall.
I'd like to ask some other questions.
You may try.
Am I still unworthy of discussing your world and your kin?
This wound is still bleeding. But you may ask your questions. I will answer to the best of my ability.
Oh, I'll do what I have
As
to
you
know.
wish, Elanta. This wound is still... The memory of Monkey is just as fleeting as your span of life.
Sorry.
Your predecessor infused Cruderach with corruption too strong even for the ancestors of the Infinity Circuit to repel. And while the dying world thrashed in its agony, the Dark Cousins captured the fleeing children of Assyrian, looking for seers to fuel the Homunculus's insane experiment.
Okay. I've learned what I wanted to know.
Elantark.
Allow me to ask a few personal
What do you
questions.
wish to talk about? The
Okay.
words of truth.
I must take my leave. Navigator, yeah, some random navigator. Yeah. Hey, Idira, are you doing better? Idira, how are you? Not regretting your decision, are you?
Never been better, Lord Captain. No joke. As soon as I stopped fearing for my life, even the voices in my head quieted down. But don't get me wrong, they will come back. And one day I'll find myself in a situation I can't get out of. But for now, I'm fine. And it's all thanks to you. You know, I think it's pretty ironic that my gift lets me see the future, when thinking about the future is the thing I'll do anything to avoid. Substances of all kinds, jokes, stories about their good old days. I hide under them all like a blanket. As long as I don't poke my head out, everything will be okay. At least, that's what I thought. But I'm tired of living other people's stories. I want to tell my own. I don't know when or how mine will come to an end, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that somebody someday tells at least one decent story about Adira Tlass. And I can't think of a better way to do that than by standing shoulder to shoulder with you.
Well, this isn't really true. One story turns out you to have short. You and I have already had enough adventures to fill a tome.
Then what are we waiting for? Get a scribe in here. We need to get all this down before we forget. But we have to make me more heroic and powerful so that I come out looking the best next to your other companions. What do you reckon? How many wastrels have we slaughtered? 1 million? Stuff that. Let's make it 2.
Yay.
Of course.
Of course, whenever you need me. Hey, Jay.
You are spoiling me with the splendor of your presence again, Shireen. Have you decided to treat your soul to the fruits of my eloquence? Or do you wish to discuss business with the newly appointed owner of a Mercatum Tabula Officiale?
I feel like saying this. No, I'm not saying anything.
Oh, I have no doubt you will.
I don't want to say that one. Hey, Isbrig. Perhaps you have some questions?
I do. The enforcers look at us like we're dirt on their boots. My people are getting nervous.
The vigilance is the means by which they fulfill their duty to God, and you're in a strange position. Give it time, they will grow used to accustoming to you.
They'll just have to get used to it. We're here to stay. The regiment already squandered one chance to serve the Valanciuses. We won't make that mistake again. Thank you for making that clear, Lord Captain.
Heinrichs. Vigdis, anything interesting? No, okay. Is there anything to say with you again?
Trader, do not worry. My mind remains clear. But habits are hard to eradicate. Even habits such as communicating with a figment of one's own imagination. I still remember the fate of Nuncius, and I know what I must do. Omnissiah, give me strength. I find our conversation stimulating, and I will look forward to your next visit.
He sounds so much more sad. Aww.
Words cannot
What is your
describe.
special sight reveal? Oh, okay.
I haven't.
Okay. Ulfar, hey.
Broke free the bold from captors grasping. Dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. Flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all extol the wolf mighty and the yet fatter cunning. I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration.
Nah, you will. Don't worry, you'll get the feast. What are you planning to do with your newly acquired freedom?
Find my pack. As we speak, they are likely performing some bloody service for Calcazar. For that reason, I want to have a word with the Inquisitor.
You will.
Fenris Hjolda, et fatum.
Fenris Hjolda. Hey, Argenta, I haven't talked with you in a while. Is everything okay, girl?
Greetings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you seem to be a-okay. Rever, anything new? Marasai, I want my air fryer back.
Rogue trader.
I wish to know more about you and your cabal.
Ask your questions. I will decide which is worthy of an answer.
You speak low Gothic, knowing your kind, I cannot believe you learned it willingly.
It was a punishment. One of my raids was not as successful as it should have been, and Irimaris ordered Tavantius to forcibly implant the knowledge of the repulsive monkey language into my mind. Supposedly so that I could at least benefit the Cabal by coaxing the monkey into their cages. 5 days I spent under a cerebral burner in the Spire's main hall, to the delight of Irimaris' entourage. I dislocated every joint, struggling in agony against my shackles. But I would endure it all again to expel this poison from my head.
You were the Drakon of your Cabal. What does that mean exactly?
The Drakon is the first among the blades of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, and the Drukhari who stands but one rung below the Archon. The Drakon leads raids and wages wars against other Cabals, keeps the arrogant true-born and half-born upstarts at bay, and has the pick of any opponent in any battle. Irimaris used to have others in her inner circle, but I ensured that they all disappeared one by one, and that their successors were too terrified to take their place. That was when my sister engaged an incubi order to serve as her bodyguards. Incubi do not respond to fear or bribes.
What sparked the conflict between you and Urimaris?
Must there be another reason beyond survival and ambition? Komorra does not tolerate weakness. Komorra respects only strength and cunning. Either you climb upward on the corpses of your enemies, or you become one of the steps underfoot.
How is it that the great and terrifying Marazai was only a Drakon of the Cabal, not its Archon?
Keep your arrogance in check. Irimaris was clever and deadly, and if I had underestimated her abilities and strength, I would have been food for the Urguls long ago. The very fact that she surpassed me speaks for itself. I refused to give her cause to cast me out as a traitor. No, our rivalry, our little game that ran since our birth, took time. And another thing, when you're at the top, you need something to stave off boredom. This game amused us and terrorized the rest of the Cabal.
Now, we're saying the Cabal of the Black Heart. What is the relationship to your Cabal?
The Cabal of the Black Heart is the most ancient of all the Cabals, and the largest. It casts a shadow over all Camorra, and when the Black Heart strikes, you submit or you die. The Reaving Tempest was not prepared to perish, so when the Black Heart's shadow stretched as far as us, Irimeris's predecessors chose to bend the knee and become their vassals. Irimeris never liked the Cabal's subordinate position. Her words, and sometimes her actions, directed against the Black Heart, prompted whispers of discontent and fear among those who served her. I was not willing to renounce the protection of Asdrubal Vekt's own Cabal. If I had succeeded in overthrowing Irimeris with Nazrakay's aid, many within the Reaving Tempest would have supported me.
Trevanitas the Archmachinator, what is your connection to him?
Tevantius was Irimeris's ally, not mine. The Reaving Tempest is his patron, and patron also to the witches of the arena. I've had cause to seek out his artistry several times, and each time with difficulty. Of late, he's been gone from Camorra more often than he's been in it. He was probably in one of his lairs where he hides his other experiments and creations.
You have any idea where his other lairs might be?
After Tevantius quarreled with the witches and was stripped of the Cabal's protection, his havens in Camorra were turned into a deadly trap. I imagine they've been ransacked and destroyed by now. His other hideouts may be somewhere in the tangle of the webway, or in real space. But that last possibility is madness even for a homunculus.
Well, that is exactly what happened. When did you need help with his expertise?
When the grotesque of a rival Cabal ripped my arm off at the shoulder, when I needed a substance to wring the truth out of you in the Obsidian Court, when I had personal desires that only a master of flesh could satisfy.
What personal desires, eh?
You are just dying to know, aren't you?
Horny. The more I listen, the more it seems that for a proud Drukhari, you very much enjoy submitting.
An amusing example of a primitive mind. Any Drukhari towers over any monkey, and we do not conceal our attitude to livestock, but my Kabbalite kin. Every one of them should be treated with caution, and those who have already demonstrated their power and might are a deadly threat in their own right. I do not revel in submission. I accept things as they are. And I wait until a point of weakness reveals itself and calls to my blade.
You call yourself a trueborn. What does that mean?
It is a caste in Camorra. Noble Drukhari born under certain circumstances. Their cradle before birth was not an amniotic gestational tube, but a living womb. Carrying a fetus for such a lengthy term is as good as a death sentence for a female Drukhari. She is too vulnerable to her enemy's attacks, and she is of no use on a raid. In Camorra, only the most powerful Drukhari, who are able to surround themselves with the best protection, can allow themselves such an extravagance. Farkaza Aziriesh, poisoner of Azdrujar, and Shaimish's elect, was one such exalted leader of the Drukhari. The result was worth the effort.
Oh yeah, look at me, I'm so good. Oh. You have numerous titles, I recall. Tell me about them.
Eviscerator of Illiridas, Blaze of the Barkag Kingdom, and Slayer of Corocius the Pale. Illiridas was a world inhabited by our distant Eldari cousins, until I led a reaping raid there. The Barkag Kingdom was a separate cluster on the fringes of Camorra before it went to war with the Reaving Tempest, and by the time I left, I was wading through the blood of its inhabitants. And lastly, Corocius the Pale. He was an ancient homunculus who betrayed the Aziriesh at the behest of another Cabal. That was not a military victory, but a personal one. In his attempts to make himself invincible, Carocious had sown inside himself the deadliest creatures from the depths of Camorra. It did not save him. I cut out every one of his 8 hearts and sent them to his former coven as a warning to the rest.
Jesus. I see.
Are you sure?
For a second, I could not realize my quirks up in a sneer. I want to know about your kind.
What exactly do you want to know?
In what way does your kind differ from the craft world, Eldari?
In all ways. The Asuriani are feeble shadows of our ancestors. We are their true inheritors. The Asuriani hide from she who thirsts behind their paths, relying on the visions of their precious far-seers, who are blind to the reality around them. We Drakari laugh in the face of the unknown. We thrive off the carnage and pain we inflict.
You kind of obsessed with pain. Why?
Because the ecstasy of suffering is the highest form of pleasure, accessible only to superior beings. By your very nature, creatures like you are incapable of knowing such gratification.
Yeah, okay, fine.
You abandoned that topic very quickly. Why am I not surprised?
Because then we would be becoming racist, and I only need one racist guy on this ship, being you. Why did Drakari hide in a webbed way? Why not in real space?
Watch it. It is Monkey who run and hide, not our kin. Camorra is the legacy of our ancestors. They found a way to penetrate the tangle of the webway and move through its twisting labyrinths. Few would hazard to travel in this splintered kingdom, let alone erect bastions in it. The Drakari are the only Eldari who do not fear the horrors of the webway. For every peril we overcome makes us stronger.
Fair. Mersey sounds sincere, but it is clearly his truth that he's speaking. Something in his face makes you think there is another reason why the Drakari race chose such a tumultuous decision for their home. I keep hearing the name Asdrubal Vecht. Tell me about him.
No. No one speaks of the Overlord of Camorra without good reason. Amusing you is certainly not reason enough.
Okay, Jesus, okay. Okay, it'll do.
Perhaps. What else?
What happened in the officer's bridge? How are you coping with the warp crossings?
You dare to ask me that question? Every time this barge pierces the veil, I am left alone with all the nightmares of she who thirsts. It costs me all my fortitude and strength to fight them off, and there is never anyone at hand with whom I can indulge myself. Only cold walls and a sealed airlock.
Well, yeah, I can't let you kill things.
Since the first time, I've been slowly acclimatizing to voyaging through the veil. Only Monkey could have conceived of such a suicidal method of galactic travel. However, it is novel and exhilarating. At least now I know what I'm facing, and consequently, I will find a way to withstand it.
Wait, why can't we just give him, like, animals? Why does it have to be human beings? Let him think about it. He has his cell. Why don't we just, while we're traveling, just throw a few cows in there? You know, he would probably love to fight those. If we can't let him, you know, just go around the ship, you know, just give him some cows or whatever in his cell.
And now it is time to learn what is happening with the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest, leaderless and abandoned to the mercies of Camorra. The survivors will probably be driven into real space to fall prey to Silent Thresh. You must find them. If we encounter the remnants of the Cabal in this dimension, I will want to speak to them.
Fair. What do you plan to do next?
Now that I've gained a foothold in real space, I must find a way to win back my Cabal. Irimaris is dead, and the Reaving Tempest will be torn apart by Camorra. But if they allow themselves to be slaughtered, I will feel no particular pity for that worthless scum.
Well, okay. I gotta leave.
Then go. I will find something to amuse myself with.
You should watch TikTok. That is amusing to 3-year-olds and children with aggressive tendencies, I guess. You come to serve on my flagship. Okay, this will be all. Is there anyone else to talk with? Oh, Siberian, yeah. Can I talk with you?
Siberian from Valencius, most holy patron of the 32nd Mirov, now Zarkov regiment, a hero of legends and songs. Izdrik offers a lopsided bow. I never imagined I would see you in the flesh.
A descendant of Zibrisch, are you not? I do not see a certain resemblance. Only the colonel's bearing was somewhat more refined.
You hear a low growl from a Batoshki.
I knew officers of noble blood we strung up with a couple of generations. The strong and the brave remained. They were my ancestors.
This is Izdrik Batoshki, my arch militant. He commands the troops during combat operations.
Charming, but I could not fail to notice your grumbling, Batoshki. I suggest we continue our conversation when war breaks out. Until then, you may hate me in silence from the other end of the bridge.
The colonel growls like a disturbed beast and suddenly straightens and salutes your ancestor.
All those I hate are dead, your lordship. You are the savior of my people. I will protect you even at the cost of my own life so that you may remember. The people of Zarkov do not forget a good deed, even centuries later.
Siberian turns his entire body towards you with a soft hiss of hydraulics. The clanking of his implants echoes sharply across the bridge. He inclines his head slightly in greeting, his neck augmenting scrambling beneath the collar of his coat.
Herr, my conduct after our return from Tarzan's tribe was unbecoming.
I accept your apology. The Burns of sympathize amidst a mocking trail.
I made no apology, but I'm glad we have left our grievances behind.
Which just speaks about the events on Dargonis.
And he'll
okay, I'm giving a different voice.
Ill-fated.
Okay, no, I'm good.
An ill-fated day. Ask your questions. Let us leave this topic.
Why did the Inquisition lay siege to Dargonis? For some time, Siberian is silent, and only the hum of the mechanism sustaining his body can be heard. At last, he raises a hand and gestures to himself with an elegant flourish.
The reason stands before you. From the day I obtained the warrant, everything I have done was for the good of the dynasty. To bring prosperity to a protectorate, I would sacrifice anything, including myself. The countless battles I endured took their toll upon my body, and soon frail flesh was replaced with implants. Heresy, that was what Deodas said when he first encountered me. From that moment, he was always on my heels, hunting me, trying to prove I had betrayed the Imperium. The narrow-minded fool. Deodas believed the Inquisition had the authority to judge me, the anointed of the God Emperor.
Tell me about the Xeno artifact, the sword you carried.
It is found within a black tomb belonging to kin of the Val Xenos Drazin. Its former owner, an Eldari, was gripping it tightly in his shriveled hand, as though refusing to part with it even in death. This stubbornness, along with the blade's masterful craftsmanship, sparked my interest. I traveled to the farthest reaches of the Coroner's Expanse to uncover the truth about this artifact. Eventually, I managed to capture one of the so-called children of Asaurian years. Under torture, the Xenos identified the blade as the Crimson Dance of Cain and recounted its history. A mighty Eldari warrior once wielded the relic. This warrior ventured out to destroy one of the lairs of the ancient enemy of his kind, from which they called Oghir. Evidently, he failed. An astonishing story, do you not think? Siberian clenches his creaking hand. The sword would have lain in that tomb for many millennia had I not found it. But I did find it, and I turned the legacy of the Xenos to the service of humanity. For it is our species' destiny, heir of mine, to rule the galaxy and everything within it. Everything, without exception.
Who is Amela?
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised to know that you know that name. I don't hide it. Amela, Inquisitor Amela, was my patroness. She belonged to the Ordo Xenos and largely shared my views in the technologies of other races. Like me, she believed we should use Xenos' knowledge to the benefit of humanity. We formed an excellent partnership, yet our alliance remained secret, largely because of the likes of Diodas. Diodas. How did the siege truly end? I personally slew Inquisitor Diodas and the Palatine with that very blade of legend. With their leader gone, the madman's acolytes acknowledged my superiority and abandoned their efforts to breach the palace. Despite the Voxen's interference, you recognize unmistakably the pride in your ancestor's voice. Tell me about Laria. Laria, the Siberian's gaze softens. My seneschal, my daughter. For years, I did not know of her existence. She could have been merely the mistake of a chance dalliance with a nameless servant, but instead she became my most loyal ally. From an early age, Laria forged her path to the breach through faultless service. Imagine my surprise when she revealed she was my daughter. My only regret is that she was the child of an unequal union, and I could not name her my heir. I entrusted Laria with my life and the fate of the dynasty, appointing her my seneschal. Yet I was prepared to give her more. I was prepared to place the warrant of trade in her hands. Do you know that the Sarbaks are now a noble house? You hear the whirring of augmentics as he enters and turns his gaze towards Sarbak. Izimon served me well. I hope his descendants have not dishonored his memory. We just build on Uvenna. A crimson spark of anger flashes in Zabarin's augmented eye. Do not ask me of her. Uvenna was my daughter, yet everything that once tied us together has vanished in the abyss of ages. All has turned to dust. That is all you need to know. The siege of Rocktrader's palace would be a notable event. Why haven't I heard anything of it? I do not know, heir, but I am certain the Inquisition was involved. Scrubbing inconvenient events from history is undoubtedly their handiwork. Perhaps the Holy Ordos did us a service by raising the siege of Targonus from the records, for along with their defeat, they also consigned my transgressions into oblivion. Okay, I've learned all I needed to know. Siberian nods warily, and you hear the dull clack of his augmenting vertebrae beneath his heavy coat. I want to know more about you. Oh, Siberian straightens his shoulders slightly. What do you wish to know? What was your life like before you assumed leadership of the dynasty? I spent my youth in luxury. Von Valancius may not have been the most influential house in the Coroner's expanse, but we were wealthy. I had everything except what I truly desired. I dreamed of distant stars and imagined myself, Siberian von Valancius, exploring unknown worlds, expanding the boundaries of the Protectorate. Siberian's faded flushes flutter, his skin tightening as if he's attempting to smile. Yet my dreams remained mere dreams, for I was only fifth in line to inherit the warrant. Well then, how did you get the warrant? For the sake of my dream of a great dynasty, I was forced to master an art necessary for any man of my station. Intrigue. I take no pride in my actions, yet they made me what I am, a holder of the warrant of trade. And I do not regret that I had to eliminate a couple of relatives along the way. It only benefited the dynasty. How did you fall into Trazen's captivity? His voice modulated let out the low rumble of displeasure. These are not memories I'm here to share with you, my heir. I do not trust you enough for that, bound by dynastic bonds whom we may be. Why do you have so many augmentics? A small price to pay to achieve a dream, don't you think? Siberian runs his finger across his face, and at that touch you hear the soft chime of metal. In the pursuit of distant stars and new discoveries, I have lost much. My face, this body, these are just what is most apparent. Yet I regret nothing, Mariusz Pujanovsky. And if I were granted a second chance for fresh achievements, I would gladly sacrifice everything once more. I am certain you can relate. To race against death and escape at the last moment. There is no greater feeling, is there? Thank you for satisfying my curiosity. You have reminded me of what I lived for, dear heir, and that is a pleasant memory. I shall leave you. Thank you for brightening my time with conversation. The days here are too much alike. Yeah, they're too much alike, yep. Okay, I talked with everyone. I mean, there's technically still no more I need to talk with, but I don't want to talk with live right now. I kind of want to be done for today. Or for now. Maybe again I'll stream later, but no promises. You guys know the drill.